Stoneblade deck.
The mic was off the entire time.
I'm Sean.
I'm Rich.
Eric.
Hey guys, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Sorry about that. So we've got Brad playing Pox on the left and Josh playing Stoneblade on the right. As you were saying, you play Deathblade, right?
Yeah, I do Esper Deathblade. I've been playing it for a while. So I'm familiar with Stoneblade in general, but the Jeskai version is, I think, a lot more similar to kind of what Miracles was, except with Stoneblade and instead of like
just
Miracles
sweeping
package,
you.
basically.
Yeah, they're playing a little bit more in the trenches than they would go over your head, right? But really, it's the new kind of control deck in the meta.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like Stoneblade's pretty well positioned. I think Grixis Delver is a little bit better well positioned, just because it can kind of get ahead of Stoneblade and it's better against Storm. But I think Stoneblade is a very safe bet against a lot of the other decks right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's definitely why a lot of the Miracles players have jumped ship to it. Mm-hmm. That, and I mean, when you're switching decks from Legacy, it's a lot cheaper, right?
Yeah, it's the least amount of investment to get into another Tier 1 deck.
Yeah, and he doesn't know that he can reveal Land of Scroll. I think he just was keeping the Smallpox in his hand just so that he can get one of Josh's creature if he does happen to stick a creature.
Most importantly, True Name Nemesis.
Most importantly,
you can hit True Name off of Pox much easier than almost any other format or any other deck, right?
Is a little bit harder to deal with.
What is what?
Gideon is a little bit harder to deal with.
Definitely. Is Pox damage loss of life? Can it hit Gideon?
I believe it is loss of life, but
no, it's 2 damage to target creature or player.
Oh, Scroll. No, I think he said Pox, but Scroll is definitely damage. So
yeah.
So the
he has an onboard answer eventually, but
yeah, it'll take a while.
Is that a council's judgment?
That's
an answer to keep his.
That is an answer to Curse Scroll.
Yeah, to keep his Gideon alive. He could possibly run away with this game if he. I mean, he's gonna resolve it. The Pox player doesn't play any Forcibles or anything.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing proactive Magic versus reactive, right? And like Brad has other answers. Eventually, he can maybe potentially find another Curse Scroll or something like that. But
I think by the time that another Curse Scroll would be in play, we're gonna have enough 2/2 Knights that I don't think Pox has anything against that realistically.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless there's main board Toxic Deluge, but even that is going to be a struggle.
See, I like this play here by Josh with the Jit activating, equipping up Jit and then animating Gideon is it actually keeps Brad from machine gunning down, as Fox was saying in chat, the Gideon, right? That seems like a really smart play right there.
And it puts on the fastest clock
It puts on a very, very fast clock, yeah. And Josh does have a Batter Skull as well, it looks like, and another Brainstorm. So a Hymn to Turok in Brad's hand. Debating, I think, if he wants to hymn and shoot the Gideon or not. It's going to hymn Turok Josh, making him discard both cards. Or is there 3 cards there? Oh, there's 3. Council Judgment and a Brainstorm. So that at least stops the removal spell on Josh's side from being able to get rid of the Curse Scroll. But that's a mighty Gideon right there.
Definitely. I think it's going to be the decider of this game is like what happens with this Gideon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very possible.
Another equip on the Gideon.
And I think this is Brad's first or second tournament playing Pox, so he's not very, very experienced with the deck. But
so the next
he also did get a little land flooded.
That's true. Yeah. The next attack is going to be lethal with this Gideon. There's 4 counters on that GT, which represent +8/+8.
Yeah, definitely. Brad is like just dead next turn. I think no matter what happens here, Josh is at 6, but he has a Jit with a couple counters on it. He could just gain a bunch of life. I think Brad's definitely dead here on board. And there it is. He's gonna scoop it up.
Got that backwards.
Oh, yeah, I did. Oh my
gosh.
I'm
not super familiar with the Stoneblade sideboard, but I can't imagine that they have a lot of super sweet tech against this fringe deck.
Yeah, they don't really run like Stony Silence, do they?
Probably not. No.
It seems pretty rare.
I don't know the Jeskai lists as well. The ones that I saw online looked pretty similar to Miracles, as far as sideboard was concerned. And I don't think Miracles would have a great matchup against Pox in general. I mean, Miracles would be better than Stoneblade, but
yeah, because Miracles plays less creatures and it just passively attacks those creatures, right?
Yeah,
is that why?
Right, and like as soon as you can get a Monastery Mentor active and just going, like Curse Scroll can kill it, but you can just resolve a Brainstorm or something in response to keep it alive.
And Smallpox won't even kill it, right?
Yeah.
Smallpox, you just make a token in response, correct?
Right. Like it's not like it's impossible to deal with by Pox, but it's tricky.
Yeah.
So with the Curse Scroll, like, it kind of becomes a weird question of, do you want to board out your True Name Nemesises? Because he has so many sack effects, for one, but it at least dodges the Curse Scroll. So I think that's an interesting question.
Say that one more time.
The True Name Nemesis.
Oh, yeah. I think if you jam a True Name... Well, that's the thing, is like... So because it's Stoneblade and not Deathblade, you don't have Deathrite Shamans to protect your True Name Nemesis from a sack card. Brad is also playing Thoughtseizes and Hindu Turoks, you know what I mean? It's like, basically, I think, just like any other matchup, Josh really needs to just stick a threshold of guys and then hook them up and just try to beat down Brad before Brad can get too far ahead of keeping Josh off of lands and cards, right? That's kind of how it feels.
What I'm also curious about is what Pox is going to be doing with their sideboard against Stoneblade.
Let me check too. I think I got his sideboard here. Let me pull it up real quick. I know he's running Pithing Needles. That is... Yeah, there we go. So he's got Shrieking Afflictions, Witchbane Orbs, a Thoughtseize, Pithing Needle, Inquisition, Torpor Orbs, Leyline of the Void, and Ratchet Bombs. So I definitely can see Ratchet Bombs coming in.
Yeah.
So he deals with...
Additional discard might be good too.
They definitely would bring in another Thoughtseize.
Pithing Needle seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, especially with the Stoneforge Mystic, correct?
Targeted discard, I really like against any deck with Stoneforge Mystic, because a lot of the time they'll land the Stoneforge Mystic and it's in their hand for a turn. And then there's a sweet opportunity for you to just be like, heck, gotcha, it's just a 1/2 now.
It's true. Yeah. On the other hand, though, Thoughtseize on almost any other turn is not as valuable, especially because they're going to be playing Brainstorms. And in this list, I believe there's also Ponders. So their hand is sculpted a lot more, especially, and they can run around Thoughtseizes a lot more easily.
Right. Nothing as bad as when you're like Thoughtseize and they Brainstorm in response, and you're like, oh, well, I'm going to hit the cards they don't. You know what I mean? I'm not going to hit the things I want to be saying.
But that's another, like... That's one of his answers to Gideon. Like, I think I'd be terrified of that card if I were Brad right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because I just watched him die to it, but it just seems like the antithesis of his deck.
Yeah, I don't think Gideon has many answers in Pox.
There's always... Did you say he had a Pithing Needle?
He has Pithing Needles.
That's true.
I think that, and HC Fox, I think Torpor Orb is specifically for more things like elves. It hits the stops Reclamation Stage, stops Craterhoof Behemoth, things like that. I don't think Torpor Orb is gonna, and it could actually help because Stoneforge Mystic stops Stoneforge from grabbing.
You see that? There's another turn 1 Dark Ritual into Lily and another Force of Will.
Wow.
Which is exactly what happened in Game 1.
Yeah, there's a Mysteries Factory, which is gonna be really good. That Manland, right?
I might run into the other room and ask what they got.
Ask what he got. Yeah, that'd be good. So he's gonna check and see what card was named with the Pithing Needle real fast.
I'm gonna assume Stoneforge. It would be cute if it was Scalding Tarn, but
or Flooded Strand.
And it's Pox, so like that's actually very possible.
Definitely.
But I think Stoneforge or Gideon is pretty likely here.
Yeah. I definitely would agree with that. So let's see what else he's got. And there's a Curse Scroll coming down. So he's got 2 win conditions on board. Oh, it's locked.
It looks like Josh had a Force of Will.
Gideon.
It named Gideon. Okay.
Probably could have predicted that, but
Yeah, I'm not sure that Gideon was a great pick this early. In fact, playing Pithing Needle this early on seems kind of wasteful. Like, it's a card you really kind of want to react to what's happened rather than proact. That way, it can maximize the flexibility.
Yeah, and I think Josh not cracking his fetches there too. I mean, I think if Josh knew Brad better, I think that's the thing is like Josh, I didn't realize that Brad wouldn't do that, so that's why he did the safe thing and just didn't crack his fetches. But Brad definitely probably could have named a Flooded Strand, right? And that would have been more on what you were saying.
Yeah. Versus
like a Gideon Zendikar, which Josh probably even took out as we were discussing earlier, right? Yeah, I agree. I think it would have held on the Pithing Needle a little bit longer.
it could be a tell. Josh could figure out that maybe he has more answers to his creatures already in his hand.
Yeah, it could also be. I think Brad was trying to empty his hand to get Curse Scroll online, and that was just playing on tempo, basically.
Yeah, that's a great point.
That's a very good point too. Even then, though, you don't name Gideon.
Did we see which equipment he got off of Stoneblade?
It looks like he grabbed the
Jitte.
Jit. Yeah, he grabbed the Jitte because he had the.
He also has a sword.
Sword of Fire and Ice already.
That looks like a Council's Judgment. Is that?
Yep, there is a Council's Judgment in there.
So Curse. So he's gonna Dark Ritual. Activate, naming Curse Scroll. Shoot that guy dead. Use other black.
Activate Mishra's. I always get Factory and Workshop mixed up.
See, I think I would have played the other
Factory,
Curse
right?
Scroll here. I mean, Josh knows it's there. I think I would have played the other Curse Scroll. Because you're going to draw something and you can shoot if you need to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. I think swinging for the 2 was
A little greedy.
just early. I mean, he needs a card in hand in order to use the Curse Scroll, but he's going to draw one on the next turn. So.
Right.
See a Hymn to Turok here from Brad, and it looks like it's probably
He's going to brainstorm and probably hide some of his equipment.
His other option here was probably play the Force of Will. Can't you still Force of Will out of your graveyard?
No. Because it's flashback is the.
The whole CMC.
Yeah, that would be busted. I think if that was the case, then you would see more Snapcasters. But
I'm showing off that I'm not a blue player.
And the unfortunate thing too is so now Josh has got a Snapcaster on the field, and Brad's not able to deal with it this turn because he only has 2 lands available. But Brad could animate and block and then pump, which he doesn't do. It seems like he's more on the beatdown plan.
Yeah, actually, I guess it's fair. Getting a second Curse Scroll on field isn't really very useful when you don't have enough mana to activate twice.
Yeah, you're right.
And he's at least 2 turns off from that, so there's really not much point in playing it out. It means that he necessarily has a card in hand to activate for Curse Scroll.
So that if he draws something else, he can at least play that and doesn't have to keep it in his hand to activate his Curse Scrolls.
And I guess ideally it just boils down to if Brad draws a land and doesn't need to play that land, then I guess then he would be fine.
Looks like a Lily. An alt art Lily. That looks. I like that.
So Josh, now finding a lot of creatures. Let's see if we can find someone with this brainstorm.
Since there's still 2 counters on that Jitte, right?
Yeah, that's it. Fox has a good point. You'd also be playing into a known, probable 2 engineered explosives, like the 2 coming out of the board. So, like, playing your Curse Scroll, you're walking into it, getting a 2-for-1 off of an engineered explosive. That's a very good point, Fox. I did not think about that. Meddling Mage. What does he name with Meddling Mage?
Should I run over there again?
If you want to. Unfortunately, our mic's not working. Otherwise, we would be able to know. Do you want? If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'll run over there real quick.
Okay. So Liliana.
So Josh knows about a Curse Scroll in hand.
Right. And Brad has, it looks like, another Hymn to Turok. Is that what he's got? So he's going to discard Curse. That feels bad.
Smallpox is a decent choice for the Meddling Mage.
It looks like an old Hymn to Turok. Or maybe a Charm.
Oh, in his hand?
Yeah, in Brad's hand. I think I would have just shot. You can't shoot the meddling mage either because then he just activates Jit.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. So he can animate and block. That's fair. It's colorless. He can pump. He could try just nuking it down with the Jitte. This is probably before blocks.
Smallpox.
It's smallpox. Okay, yeah. Melee mage is named on smallpox.
I don't suspect we'll ever see an activation on this. Oh,
There it is. Swing for 8.
Wait, why is the factory still alive?
Oh, that was a him, yeah.
did he cast a spell on the factory or something?
No.
He activated the Jitte on it.
But-
And then he responded to pump it, and I guess I just
Yeah.
assumed that he was going to activate the Jitte again.
To pump itself
Yeah.
to make it.
No,
a
he
victory?
only had 2 counters on the Jitte.
He didn't tap in response to the Jitte?
he did. He
Oh,
tapped
sorry.
it,
Yep,
yeah.
yep, okay.
And he only had 2 counters on the Jitte, which is why, yeah. So there's an Inquisition on Brad's side.
Oh, yeah, to keep the meddling mage alive.
Sinkhole. Sinkhole not doing a whole lot here, unfortunately. 6. Inquisition you. What is Brad's life total at? 8?
It's kind of getting down to it, but with a GTA in play for Josh, I don't think he's that concerned about his life total.
Josh or
Josh, because he has more life gain on the field. He has, real life gain.
he is going to surgical strike here, which is going to take him to 6. And yeah, and Josh is safe. Josh is very, very, very safe right now. Yeah. Takes 6 here, kills Southwood Scroll. Yeah, I can definitely Seppuku, I guess. He's going to surgical strike to the Liliana of the Veil.
That's one of the few cards that are actually still an answer to his lethal threat.
Disenchant on the Curse Scroll. Yeah, I think this just basically locks it up. Josh is just gonna
Quick
get
2-0 here, yeah.
Yeah. Attack, pump, kill you. Quick 2 games. This is our first time seeing Pox on stream.
Mm-hmm.
He did almost have a Liliana on turn 1. Twice. though.
Twice.
Almost.
I think if he would have got that out there,
It's like Christmas land right there,
might have seen a
right?
different outcome. But
Oh, Funeral Charm. That's what I thought that him the Turok was for some reason, but yeah.
So is this the expected outcome? Is Stoneblade really this favored?
Pox needs something I'm not sure exists.
Yeah, and that's why it's not really a tier 1 deck. Like,
Pox. Oh, that's definitely probably more like a tier 3. I don't even know if it would be considered tier 2.
yeah.
I think, and then Brad, I think, just owned a lot of the cards. I think the only thing he really had to invest in was the Wastelands, and so
As a
he's just like, I have all
monocolored
these
deck
stuff.
too.
Yeah,
Like I like in Legacy playing as many basics as possible.
right.
Like I can always get behind that, but just the power level's not there with these cards.
Right.
I think basics are a lot better if you're playing Blood Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right for sure. He did get a little bit Landflow game 1, and it seems like even if with Chains of Mephistopheles in Pox's sideboard or even mainboard, that still doesn't even bump it from like tier 3 to tier 2. It's still like fringe, right?
Yeah, and I don't see very many Pox players. Like it's a budget deck, and then getting Chains. Chains is like how much? Like,
It's like
4,
it's like 200. It depends on the condition, but anywhere between $200 to $300.
Still, that's not like a budget card for
Right.
a budget deck.
Yeah. Fox saying you can run triple Tabernacle. I think it's realistically, if you were gonna go play Pox at a GP and wanted to do well with it, you would definitely need some Tabernacle.
When I went to Louisville, I had a buddy I was rooming with. He was playing Pox in the main event. I don't believe he did very well though.
And Brad, and I've been friends with Brad for years, and he likes playing a lot of the more fun, janky, just off the wall kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
this definitely fits his personality. But Yeah, it'd be hard to see, like, I don't know, I wouldn't feel comfortable sleeving up and taking it to a tournament, I think.
Yeah, I would feel
In
like
GP
most
at
of the
least.
fringe decks are rock paper scissors in my mind, where they have like really great matchups, but less of them probably.
Yeah.
Or else it would be like a better deck,
Right.
and then like really really terrible matchups. Because Stoneforge Mystic, I feel like is like it's just constantly getting more and more cards in your hand, so you're not ever having to like
Right.
Yeah.
be low enough that he can even bring in something like the rack or whatever.
Right, and I think, and I've played against Brad's Pox deck a couple times, or just Pox in general, and like, I think Pox is very, very good against fair decks, and I think Stoneblade's pretty fair, but the caveat is, because, like you said, Brainstorm and Stoneforge Mystic are a lot of those cards that, like, replace themselves, it makes it a lot harder for Pox to keep up, because they really want to just be, like, just barely ahead of you, and keeping you, you know, crushed down like that, you know what I mean?
I'm not even sure I would say that Pox is all that great against fair decks. Like, the decks that I think Pox would be particularly great against are like Storm.
It's
or,
true, yeah, keep
or
them off
maybe
their
or maybe
land
Show
kind
and
of
Tell.
thing.
Like,
Where you have
Yeah.
to get a critical mass of spells in your hand, and it's like
Like-
attacking your land and your spells.
it would be
so-
really funny for somebody to like Show and Tell in Grizzlebrand, pass, Smallpox, like sure drop to your 7.
Yeah, especially with the amount of land destructions, and a lot of those decks are only running like 17 lands, or wanting to be
Yeah.
pretty land light. So I think you're probably right.
I think you brought up Grizzlebrand. I think Red Black Reanimator would be an amazing matchup for Pox. Like,
Yeah, I think that they would.
don't you think?
I think no.
Just there's very few
the idea
threats.
is that you can just eventually get like a swamp and a reanimate, and you're off to the races again.
Like it seems really bad to go Pox. Oh, they discarded their win condition.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
consider that.
Which is why but though post board, Brad has access to Leyline of the Voids, and then I think then you're just
Sure.
fine. Then you're like, I don't care. Let's just nuke
Sure.
your hand. See, and that was what I was thinking actually too. Champagne Magic was Smallpox being good against death and taxes and things like that. Things that were a little low to the ground. I think though if they stick an Aether Vial turn 1, then it's a little bit different story.
Yeah, you don't
I
care
think
so
that
much about your
it's-
land at that point.
Yeah,
That's why.
exactly. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, Liliana isn't the finished out. Oh wow, I can't talk. Liliana does have a hard time finishing out the games. So, all right. So round 2, we're pretty far off from round 2. That was a really quick 2
I want to check
rounds.
the time of the round.
Okay.
If there's more than like 20 minutes or something, maybe try to set something.
Yeah,
up.
if there's
I
more
don't
than
know.
20, yeah, definitely see if maybe like Brandon or somebody wants to jump on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there is 23 minutes left in the
Okay.
round.
Do you want to see if anybody's going to start game 3? Do you want me to?
Sure. Yeah, you do it.
Okay. So I'll be right back. Yeah. Talk about that new countless topper. Topless counter.
Yeah. The Topless Miracles deck?
Thank you. Topless miracle.
Are you super familiar with these new lists?
I haven't looked at it at all. I've heard some things, and then most of the lists I actually saw were really Stoneblade decks.
I forget the name of the card, but it's like 1 blue, and you can look at your top 4 of your deck, or the top 4 of their deck. It starts with an F, I think. Maybe not.
Now I don't know anymore.
It helps with your predicts, and it helps with miracles, of course. Portent.
Oh, Portent is just like another Ponder.
Yeah, it's like arguably a worse ponder, but it can. So chat just schooling us.
Yeah, sorry. It's top 3. It's like a Ponder card.
But like I've talked to some players who are super salty that this is still even a deck because they wanted to see miracles gone so bad. Like they're just like, why didn't they ban Terminus? This deck should be dead.
Oh.
But Wizards, like their reason for banning top was time.
Well, I mean, there were a lot of reasons for top being banned. Miracles being oppressive was a big one, and I get the impression that it was the most important one. But if you're gonna pick a card to ban out of Miracles, I think the only reasonable choice, like we can argue all day long about power level of Terminus or any of the other cards in that deck. But realistically, top is a card that is banned from tournaments for good reason. By itself, it is miserable to play. It is long, slow, grindy, and it doesn't feel that way in the moment. But if you have to judge a tournament and you have to watch every single Miracles player doing top every single turn, it is very clear how long that takes.
It's like the resolving. It's one spell that seems like the resolving 9, because it's like you look at your top 3. That's like pretty much the same time it takes to cast a Ponder, and
Yep.
then you cast another Ponder, and then another one.
Yeah.
And you can do it twice in a turn, maybe more.
I can go jump on if you guys want me to, or one of you guys want to. With smallpox.
I'll go play.
You want to go play? Okay.
Yeah.
Stacks against pox.
Yeah, that seems miserable.
It seems very miserable. Tell Brad, hey, you want to play with Sean playing stacks? And his face lights up. Oh, yeah. That's funny.
Talk about a game with no lands.
Right? So this is going to be interesting to see what happens here. Alright, so we got Brad playing Pox, and we've got Sean from the booth playing stacks. The ultimate showdown. We're just until round 2 starts. We've got about 20 minutes left until round 2, so...
Look, isn't this what you came to the stream for?
to watch 2 decks that want to make you do nothing.
Who has more
Bump
X's?
heads, yeah. Ooh, I guess... Pox?
What's
I don't know.
What's that card from Unhinged that was like you have to like sacrifice a thing unless you have the card with the latest alphabetical order?
Oh, I don't remember. I remember seeing that, but yeah, I don't remember what it is. I don't know what's up with the jacket. There, he's taking it off. It's been kind of cold this week. It actually snowed last week here in Utah.
Was it last week?
Was it last week or the week before? It's May and it's snowing. Like, that's our weather in Utah, so it's... Dude, I think we actually have somebody that does have ley lines built. They just don't play it. Tom Ross leaves his at home now. Shots fired. Oh, man.
See, I think just all around, Braz was trying to make a statement here, right? Like it's his deck, it's his jacket.
Yeah, I don't know. He's also got an awesome shark on his shirt, though. Like, versus Sean with that just Muluxumavivy thing, whatever that is that he's wearing. It's not nearly as cool.
That's a severe lack of respect for Roman numerals.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't speak Greek, I'm just kidding. Nope, that's not working. I don't know why your chat's not pulling up on the thing. It's not working today, so...
Fonzie jumped the shark.
Yeah, isn't that like 2016? Isn't that what that is? The MLXV...
It's 19...
We will ask him.
MCM.
You might know. But
19...
You need a leather jacket to pull off the Pox fashion?
Or 1966. Yeah, 1966.
Chalice on 1? Does that really hurt Brad? I guess he can't play Curse Scroll now, and he can't play that Funeral Charm.
And Thoughtseize?
And Thoughtseize, Inquisition Kozilek.
But really, I think against Pox,
You
really,
want-
2, really, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think in Sean's position, you always just jam it on 1, right? Trinisphere. That's almost as good as a.
The funny thing is that all of these cards are completely bad against Mishra's Factory.
Yeah, they still get in there. At least until Sean can find some sort of threat. And he does have a Battle School in his hand that he can play this turn when he jams his land, which definitely will change his factory, right? Mm-hmm. Only 7 turns to go.
Not even 7. He's taken 2 every turn off of the Ancient Tomb. I mean, now he's got a second one too.
Yeah.
Although I guess he's got a... Yeah, I missed the Batter Skull in hand.
He doesn't. If Brad can play it, like, he can't really do anything here, unfortunately. I think he can play a Swamp. Yeah. I guess ideally you want an Urborg and maybe a Pox or a small Pox right there to deal with a bunch of Sean's threats. Yeah, mono black getting mana screwed is not fun. That is not what you want to be doing.
Well, I think that's probably just GG.
I want to just transition this anyway and see if the chat pulls up or not. Nope, it's not. What is it up in the chat? know why our chat's not working. Brad needs to go for the throat. I don't know if he's running any of those.
I think go for the throat doesn't help you when there's a Trinisphere.
Yeah.
Chat isn't holding up because it's Pox versus Stacks.
It can't handle it. So I think Brad did draw Pox, it looks like. But he has to pay one more mana. Okay, there's another factory. He's got an Inquisition. Now he can cast Murderous Cut. Yeah, he can Delve and it doesn't. Yeah. So they're discussing life totals or something like that right now. I'm not sure what's going on. I think it was just explaining the whole, hey, you couldn't have played that last time or something. Liliana downtick. Ooh. That's not bad. I mean, Sean could just bounce it back to his hand, unfortunately. Do you think you do that?
I think I would play Liliana first before a Smallpox. Seeing as he won't be able to cast Liliana after the Smallpox.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're right.
And this forces him, like, yes, he can bounce it, but it's going to force him to take 2 off the Ancient Tomb. And
just spend his turn
casting
something.
Yeah, it's basically just buying him a turn, which he needs right now in order to try and catch up.
Yeah, you're right. Plus, if Ratchet Bomb blows up on 3, it also removes that Trinisphere, which is actually kind of helpful for Brad in this situation because he can get out from underneath that.
Yeah. I don't know the stacks list. What was he naming off of Cavern of Souls?
Oh, Golem or Golem or Construct usually is what Sean names. Discard Ancient Tomb. Sean with all the Ancient Tombs. That's a lot. Pox. So do you sacrifice your factory? I feel like you do.
I think he needs to because he's going to need the black mana in order to cast anything
else
future.
relevant. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean the factory is the only thing that is reasonably getting him anywhere here, but
and it looks like he does choose to sack a swamp instead. Oh, and Brad does have another Liliana, it looks like, in his hand. So I think I would have definitely kept the other swamp, but I guess the idea is
I mean, my other fear here is just if Sean draws another Wasteland, but...
Right.
But he has used 2 of them, so I don't know.
Yeah, and that is Brad's 3rd Mishra's Factory, so he's getting low on his manlands, too, as far as the deck goes.
Yeah. I guess if he's going to draw land, which he was going to need to anyway, it's probably going to be a Swamp Burn or a Borg, so...
Yeah. You want to empty the pits? What? Why would you want to empty the pits? Yeah, there's one deck on the left playing lots of basics, and the deck on the right playing no basics. Which is actually pretty common in Legacy, I guess, if you think about it. Right now, but... The difference is one has one color and one has no color. So he named Chalice on 2?
Yeah.
This is pretty good. Swing for 5, or 2, put him to 5. Yeah, would you rather play Empty the Pits, though, or Friction Obliterator? Which one would you rather have for 4 black?
For 4 black. Which of those? I don't even know what Empty the Pits does.
It's the, 4 black and X, but it's Delve, but X zombies, 2/2 zombies in the play.
X2/2 zombies or Phyrexian Obliterator. Probably just Phyrexian Obliterator.
I think Obliterator too. Oh, or you could play Temporal Disorder or Temporal.
Empty is at instant speed.
It is empty speed, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, empty is instant
for 4
speed.
more mana, you just get Grizzlebrand.
But you can't delve a Grizzlebrand. I guess kind of though with Reanimator, you can cheat it out, but. All right, looks like Brad got that one. Pox taking it down game 1. I feel like it's very much... I mean, we did see Sean go first, but I think it's very much who can go first in this matchup, right?
I don't know. This is a weird matchup. I feel like Stax is probably favored in general. Because their mana is going to rebound way faster than Pox is.
Right. But at the same time, Pox can remove... And Sean's deck doesn't have a lot of creatures either. And Brad's is all about sacrificing and doesn't care about CMC or power toughness.
It just cast 2 Grey Merchants.
But then you only gain 4 life.
That's 9 mana. Like, this is still not 4 black.
Hey, he does have Dark Rituals.
It's true. It's true. If we're playing Dark Rituals, like, I just play Storm.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Although turn 1 Lily is pretty awesome.
That is true.
I guess, yeah. Well, if you only have 2, that's 2.
If you have 2,
you do gain 6 and drain 6. Yeah, see, that was a really good start for Sean's deck, but Brad was able to just get there anyway.
It's true. It's fair.
Oh, now we're doing Gem Palm Polluter cycling.
I mean, I don't know that I would have turned 1 Chalice though.
I don't think I would have either. I think I would have waited, which Sean just did again. We're not doing Christmas, like, Gem Palm Polluter and Empty the Pits. That's like way too much Christmas land. And Friction Tower. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like too much.
I don't know how we got here. What life decisions have we made that has resulted in this?
We walked into magical Christmas land of alternate win conditions and Pox. Is that a Bajuka Bog on Brad's side? Is that what that was?
It's a factory.
Oh, it's a factory. Okay. Sometimes the glare gets me. No, that is a bug.
That's a bug.
You.
Oh, I didn't see it in his hand.
Put a Ratchet Bomb at 1. I feel like it's pretty safe to just keep... Well, actually, Sean has another Ratchet Bomb. It's probably good to keep bump that one up to 3 if you need to for Liliana of the Veil. He does have Urborgs in the deck. I don't think we've been seeing them as the problem. Chalice... Or not Chalice, sorry. Ratchet Bomb. Sinkhole... You definitely Sinkhole here, right? I feel like you just...
Yeah, just
get it good.
Easy.
Yeah.
Is that a Vesuva?
Which where? Oh no, that's a Glimmer Post.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he runs the posts, which is really good because you can stack them with some of the other stuff that he has and recycle them and get land and life and whatever.
Well, and this is the game where Stax does not draw lands and probably does just lose to Mishra's Factory.
Yeah. Him to Turok, and seeing Brad just able to rip apart Sean's hand before he can really stick any threats. I really like just keeping the Chalice to do on 2 rather than 1 a little bit more.
Yeah.
Sinkholes is 1996.
Oh, buy Ratchet Bomb number 3.
Oh wow, Fox, that Polar Express joke though. You have to believe in magical Christmas land. If I had 4 black mana,
I would him to Torok twice.
I think I would hit the Turok twice too. Maybe Liliana of the Veil and a Thoughtseize. Maybe.
Liliana of the Veil and Deathrite Shaman.
Ooh, or that's good too. Ooh, or
4 Deathrite
Him to
Shamans.
Turok and Dark Confidant. I feel like that's okay.
Pretty good.
That's
That's
okay.
pretty good.
Depends on the matchup. Depends on the matchup. I still think
You're not making full use of your black mana that way.
No, you're right. It's close. So Him to Turok it is.
Rit Grizzlebrand.
Ooh, 4 Thoughtseizes would hurt so bad though.
It's legacy. Let's just do 4 Inquisition of Kozilek.
It's true. Or what's that 1 black? It's not legacy legal. The 1 black Mind Twist.
Oh yeah.
You get Mind Twist. That's also not using like
Man,
black mana effectively.
I kind of wish Mind Twist was legal.
I think they could definitely do it. I don't think it would be... I could see it maybe as a 1-of in a sideboard, but I don't see it being a lot of play. And a Death Shadow. Oh, okay. That's pretty magical Christmas land. Here's a Nether Trader. Nether Trader or Nether Spirit? No, Spirit, because Trader's from Planar Chaos. So it's a 2/2 guy that if he's the top creature in your graveyard at the beginning of your upkeep, you can return him from the graveyard to play. Which is really good with Liliana of the Veil and Smallpox.
Yeah.
I could see a Mind Twist on ban too. I think they really need to do it. I mean, they don't really need to, but I feel like they could do it. Unless I'm like...
It would be neat.
Yeah, it would be very neat. It would make decks like Pox a little bit better.
I don't think it would make Pox that great, but it would be really interesting for
I mean, a percentage point is a percentage point.
sideboards. It'd be really cool in sideboards
Yeah.
against Storm. Although I honestly, like, I don't know. I'm sure that somebody smarter than me will come up with a situation where Mind Twist is ridiculously good, but I'll be perfectly honest, like, it doesn't seem that amazing against fair decks, because
Yeah.
you have to, like, the mana investment's so high.
Right.
And it's not like you can put it in Jund, because you're going to accidentally cascade into me, like, oh.
Do it for 0, yeah. Well, and I think the only time it would have really been effective was against Miracles. Right? When they're like, I have 5 cards, and I can Mind Twist you for X, you know what I mean? Oh, so we're on round 2 now. Yeah, I don't think that you definitely want to do that at all, but I'll be right back. I'm gonna go tell them that the next round's up, and then we're gonna get round 2 going for you guys.
Yeah, I definitely don't think Mind Twist has been a great card in a while. I think the last time I was really excited about Mind Twist, I opened it in a grab bag draft. But even then... So I'm impressed at this point that Stax has held on as long as it has. But I guess he stuck the Batter Skull in while we were joking about Mind Twist. And this time Pox didn't really have an answer for it. And see that, like, sticking a Batter Skull seems like the place where Pox would start having a tough time, because, like, it's true that they have ways to deal with it, but it's really, unless you can really keep the lands out, like, it's just temporary measures. I mean, turn 1 Swamp Darkrit Twist for 2 is the same thing as turn 1 Darkrit Hymn to Torok and a Deathray Shaman, except you don't have a Deathray Shaman.
Are we still trying to figure out what the best magical Christmas land is right now? Is that what we're doing?
No, we're talking about Darkrit, or Twist still.
Modern players, pairings are up for round 2. Please find
So we got Bryce playing on the right. Bryce does our Tuesday night streams with Brian, so make sure to give him a hard time at how bad he plays today, next Tuesday for me.
And who do we have on the left?
I didn't catch his name.
It was a much worse matchup than I thought it would be. I missed my Ratchet Bombs a few times just because I was just, goofing around.
So we were talking about, we were interested that you were jamming the Chalice of the Voids for 1. We were thinking that it doesn't seem nearly as valuable as Chalice for 2.
You're right. I think that just comes from not playing the matchup enough, and I ended up jamming the Chalice on 2 another game.
Yeah,
I did
you
1
did.
and then 2.
That felt good though.
I mean, if it's
It
any
was just I
consolation,
had no plan without a Crucible of Worlds for his man lands, and I was just like, why can't I find one of these? I can't even find what's it called, Tanglewire, and I just needed some stall or something, and it just had nothing.
if it's any consolation, I don't think that anybody expected that to be a matchup that you would play a lot.
That's a very valid point.
Yeah, I have never considered that matchup. I wonder how I would do after board. Probably not any better because I don't have a whole lot of tech.
I think that he just Pithing Needles and has, I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know.
Pithing Needle doesn't hit a surprisingly lot
lot of
of
stuff, actually.
I have like very few
It's
activated
yours.
abilities. It's like Grim Monolith and Ratchet Bomb.
And Wasteland.
I
but he's
take out
playing
the Ratchet
Wastelands
Bomb.
too, and he doesn't care because he's playing Swamps. Yeah, you're right. Alright, so we got Matt playing Death and Taxes on the left, and Bryce is playing a quote-unquote Grixis Delver. It's basically the red-blue Delver with a splash of black.
Is it for Cabal Therapy or something?
I believe if it's the same build that he was playing last week, he's got Angler.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think it's like really the only thing you're really
It's another card powerful enough to splash for.
Right. Yeah. I think it makes your land base a little bit better too, just because you don't need to have black as early on. But
This is a matchup that you'll see much more often. Maybe not the brew version of Delver, but both decks, Death and Taxes and Delver, like real decks.
Yeah. There's a Flood Strand of Bryce. This is pass. Oh, maybe. I guess maybe he is playing Deathrite Shaman.
So let's see. We're seeing. Is that
Cavern of Souls,
Delves?
Living Human. Oh, Brainstorm, Daze, Wasteland, Force of Will.
So do you? Oh no, that's a cavern. So never mind. I guess you don't daze here.
I think, yeah, Bryce is contemplating, and he's like, nope, just gonna let it happen. I think the idea is that maybe you want to brainstorm in response.
Yeah,
Maybe?
I'm thinking maybe, and
Yeah.
yeah, it looks like he's gonna do that. I think I agree with that.
So why is it you don't daze here?
Cavern of Souls.
Oh yeah, okay, never mind. I was like, what?
It's okay. We got there.
I keep
player doesn't
asking
want me to
questions.
worry about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it turns
Blue
out
cards.
bouncing islands to your hand to discard a card is not nearly as good.
It's not what you want to be doing when you're playing Legacy.
That's funny.
And he ripped 2 lands and a Spell Pierce. That's actually really rough, because now he's a little bit Brainstorm locked,
Yeah.
and you don't want to be seeing
He
Spell
doesn't.
Pierce.
He doesn't have
against
another
Death and
fetch.
Taxes.
Doesn't have another fetch land in hand.
No, he
right?
does not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. He's
Wasteland and
in
2 Volks.
This is a rough spot.
He did go grab the right big dual land though for this scenario, because he saw both Volks. So Rice says, "Cool, you got Thalia. Untap, do things. Wasteland that cavern. That seems really good. Unless Matt has another one, Bryce is equipped to be able to deal with the next threat.
Yeah, it seems just honestly almost just necessary. Because otherwise the daze does nothing, and
And he could pay for the days with the Thalia too, which I think you'd want to do. I think you just do.
I agree.
Or do you stifle? Actually, you can't stifle because you can't pay for
Yeah,
Thalia.
you can't pay for the Thalia.
It's-
I would prefer to stifle, because I think the daze will hit something more relevant later.
Right.
But I definitely don't think you want the Stoneforge to resolve here.
Yeah, I think you gotta just get it while you can, right? Yeah, we're gonna see him do that. Grixis not doing what it wants to be doing, but it's doing things at least.
Oh, that's a good point. Force pitching stifle also kind of makes sense. I could see that too.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I like the force better.
I'm
but-
torn because like
He did tap out.
yeah, like I don't know that the daze is going to be much better later. The only thing that buys you is tempo, which is relevant here for the record. But Wasteland hurt too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are pretty good play there, or draw, I guess, on Matt's side.
I feel like the tempo deck is getting really tempoed here.
Yeah.
Just he has no lands in play.
He found a fetch, which doesn't matter because he drew the 3 things that he was brainstorm locked in anyway. Bryce isn't dead though. I mean, he's at 15. He's got some life to play with.
His hand doesn't do anything, but
The splash for Angler feels good here.
Bryce needs a gut shot. Yes. It feels bad though.
feels
I
bad.
thought you just spell pierce.
You can't spell
You
pierce.
can't spell pierce it. You're right.
But
Force pitching a stifle.
yeah. And see, like, I think that's also relevant. I don't know that the Aether Vial is that huge of an issue here, but I think I'd rather not have it on board.
Yeah, I don't think the Stifle's the most useful card against a deck with no fetch lands and like
Shuffle that.
It's
hard. Shuffle that.
It's good for
Ponder, Wasteland, and I
Stoneforge.
think another stifle.
Yeah, I would shuffle hard too.
Yeah, I would know. Yep, Bryce does that.
But if the Aether Vial hit, the Force of Will becomes relatively useless. I feel like.
Yeah, that's fair.
And the Stifle's not that useful anyway, so it kind of feels good. Just like, okay, it doesn't feel good. I take that back, but it's like, what else am I gonna do with these cards?
And if Matt happens to draw any ports, Rishon imports, then that also means that, you know what I mean, the Aether Vial just gets incredibly better, right?
Yeah.
And so, because Matt's able to do things with his lands that Bryce can't interact with.
There's Mother of Runes, which
So
Bryce basically means he has a turn to get that lightning bolt.
You're right, yep. Or a Fatal Push. I think they're also playing Fatal Pushes too. But he doesn't have black.
Yeah.
He does have the Misty though.
This is another
And a
Wasteland.
Polluted Delta. It looks like he drew a Polluted Delta. And he's got the Deathrite Shaman. Yeah, Bryce looks a little bit in trouble here.
Finds a black source. Did we saw his whole hand, right? Did it have a Gurmag Angler in it yet?
No.
Because that would be pretty
He's got
good
the
here.
death rate though, which is going to be kind
Not
of
bad.
helpful.
It's like playing a second land.
It's going to blanket the amount of damage that Thalia is going to be doing until this Jit comes down. That's the problem. But Spell Pierce away! That was good. That was really, really good for Bryce.
Yep. I mean, like, he's still in a terrible, terrible position, but...
I think the Death Rate Shaman helps a lot. He doesn't have the green source, but he has the ability to go find it with the Misty Rainforest, and he's got a bolt. He just drew a bolt. Which,
Yeah, but he can't use it now. Because now the mom's active.
Yeah, Stifle would actually be relevant on this board state now.
yeah, you're not wrong. Does Bryce have main deck Dread Knight? I know that he does play Dread Knight in the sideboard. And yes, UPS my dudes, or ups my dudes. They should unban Cerulophagus. I agree. I would be very happy if they did that. They won't, because they don't like Magic being fun, but...
That's why.
Yeah, that's why.
Matt does have another Thalia in his hand too, which is another problem. So I think what you can do is double block the Thalia here, force the Mother of Runes, force the Mother of Runes to maybe tap if he wants to. Obviously Matt's not going to because he has another Thalia in his hand. So I think Matt just does the safe thing and take one out.
Yeah, but you're getting rid of your Deathrite Shaman, and you're making him spend 2 mana. That seems alright. You don't know that he has another Thalia in his hand.
I think he's saying, hey, which one are you going to kill? The Summoning Sickness one or the not Summoning Sickness one? So he's going to go grab
I don't understand
his
what's-
Tropical Island, or not. Yeah, go grab your Tropical Island, Bryce, and gain some life back. There it is. Yeah. We definitely did just
Oh, there
see
was a
that box. That
Stoneforge. Okay,
really,
there was a
really
Stoneforge
good.
in there. Sorry, I was trying to figure out. I thought he was going to try and Deathrite the
Yeah.
Thalia. I was like, I can't figure out what the order there is.
Yeah.
But
Thalia number 2. Bryce says okay, because he's got nothing to go and do that. But Matt doesn't know that, so you can always make it look like you have something to do.
wait, why did he take that back?
I think he realized that Mom could activate herself.
Oh, on herself.
And he's like, wait, never mind.
Yes.
Some free information from Matt.
Yeah. Very, very free.
Problematic too. Like,
I feel like Bryce is in an okay position, though. I really do.
It's not the worst. He could claw out of this easy.
if
Yeah.
he draws into
An angler, which I think
an
he just
angler,
did.
yeah.
Yep. Because Bryce has altered anglers that he's altered, so they're a little bit more blocked out. Yeah, he's just gonna rip that apart. And I like the idea of just nuking all your lands. Now that you have a Deathrite Shaman active, keep as many creatures as you can in there, so you can gain some life back.
I don't think he has any creature. Oh, I guess he has a Deathrite in there.
When will you present us the jank decks? We just watched Pox and Stax play.
Excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
It's a
we have
jank deck.
the Stax player in the room. Sarah Avenger. Sarah Angel? No, Sarah Avenger, right?
Sarah Avenger, yep, Sarah Avenger.
All of them Thalias.
Thalia flooded. Which is actually bad news for Bryce because he can just keep trying to kill stuff and he's gonna keep not having a good time.
Yeah, he has double bolt. I like the idea of just double bolting the Avenger.
The Avenger's a 4/4, isn't it?
It's a 3/3.
Oh, is it 3/3?
It's a
Okay.
3/3, yeah.
Okay.
Is that Vigilance though, flying, or is it just flying?
Ooh, double
Ooh,
block.
double blocks. I think now you're like, oh.
Yeah,
sure,
I mean,
let's do it.
yeah,
Wait till he gets pro black on something.
double bolt here for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, I don't know if Matt knows what he's doing here because Bryce showed the bolt. Matt knows that Bryce has the bolt. So does he activate and go pro black and then just get wiped out? Yeah, he does. It looks like pro black here. It's like, all right, cool, that's fine. You can do that. Yeah, tap your. There you go. So tap your lands right. Bolt it. Blow you out. Now Bryce is in the driver's seat of this game.
Oh yeah.
That was huge.
Don't let him untap. Please don't. Please do not let him untap with mom.
You gotta bolt the mom. Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, thank
Okay.
goodness.
And he sells the green on the death rate to be able to activate in game.
Well,
like
and that's
too.
the story of how Death and Taxes lost the game. The Stoneforge is good,
He could claw his way back out of it.
but I don't know that. I'm not sure that the Stoneforge is good enough against the Angler.
No.
He has to
He
find
can get
a-
Batter Skull.
He needs a
though.
sword.
the swords.
Yeah,
You're right.
He needs to find a Sword Splasher, which he could. He still has 4 in the deck. We haven't seen one played yet.
Show us Belcher now.
I don't think we have any Belters in the room right now. Larry's not here playing today, so
I definitely like Sword of Fire and Ice over
I don't-
Batter Skull here.
yeah, I don't think it can either.
I don't think Stoneforge Mystic is enough to get him back in the game. And sort of Fire and Ice is not what I would have picked.
Really?
I think that if he had gotten a Batter Skull, then that would give him percentages to possibly get back in the game.
Well, so if he draws into lands, he can equip the Batter Skull onto the Stoneforge, and then he can actually block the Angler.
Oh,
but-
he has Batter Skull in his hand already.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, he
Oh
does.
well
Which that
then
changes
there we go.
things a little
Then
bit, yeah. He has Batter Skull already in his hands, so
But yeah, like I don't think Sword is at all helpful here. Like
we're
he's
just
not.
top deck Stifle now.
I suppose it's possible that he could stick the sword and then scare Bryce into never attacking, but I don't think that's realistically what's going to happen. I think he's just going to lose the race.
Well, the sword doesn't stop Bryce from not necessarily attacking either. And there's the Sword Splasher on Matt's side.
Well, that's.
That's pretty relevant.
Uh,
I mean, granted, Bryce will gain 5 life, which will put him back at 17.
Giving him more time to find his own answer. Both players just crawling back into this game over and over.
This has been a very
this
interesting
is a
game.
lot closer than I expected it to be.
More of a roller coaster.
Yeah, nuke your swords, take 2, go to 13. Do you eat a creature too?
Yes, so he should be at 19.
Bryce just drew a Brainstorm. I'm gonna snap that off. Core Mag Window Pro White. Yeah, he finds another Brainstorm and a Ponder. And a Wasteland, which the Wasteland's not gonna do anything here. So I think you just take the Ponder and then dig a
Shuffle-
little deeper and
shuffle that away.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
Do you tap? You tap the green source. I feel like you're at 17. You're not gonna be using it.
It's at 19. Should be because because he was at 12, gained 5 off of the Angler, and then gained 2 off of eating something. So I think
He did 2 damage.
I don't think he. I don't think
he-
there's any creatures
what
in the
dealt 2?
graveyard that he can eat anymore.
Oh, did he eat something?
The sword.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought he ate a creature.
No, I don't think there was any other creatures to eat at that. No, there's a Thalia right
There's a
there
Thalia,
staring
yeah.
at us. Yeah.
Oh no, you're right. There's the sword right there. Okay, I'm just blind.
Yeah. Yeah, so he was top decking when he brainstormed there. That's the problem. Batter School, which Bryce was not exactly expecting. This is gonna be a very swing right here, putting Matt at 17 and Bryce at 13. Bryce debating. Did we see what he drew off the Ponder Shuffle?
I didn't see.
Fatal
Well,
Push.
he needs 2 lands, right?
What was that?
Sorry. Comment in chat. I think he needs 2 more lands in order to equip.
Equip, yeah. He's
Yeah.
only got 3 right now.
Also, that's still not a 6/6. It's a 5/6.
Yeah.
All your numbers are wrong. Try again.
Mother Runes. That's really good for Matt right now, especially since Bryce has no answer. Wait, so he fatal pushed the token, right? So why did he tap the Batter Skull?
Maybe to show that the token was dead.
Interesting. Maybe he's tapping it for a smoke.
Oh, to get the sword.
take a
Sure.
warrior?
I forgot about the sword.
Oh yeah. We don't have any oops all spells in the meta right now. I'm sorry,
We
man.
have a surprisingly small
Or
amount
High
of combo.
Tide. We had a lot a couple weeks ago. We actually do have a player that plays High Tide on occasion. Danny does.
I guess if you count Show and Tell's combo, and it is, then we
yeah.
have a lot of
And
combo.
Calvin
Then
plays
there's-
Tess.
Yeah, and
ants.
there's at least 1 or 2 ants.
Yeah,
Players.
there's a couple ants. Jay hasn't been playing as much, but he plays it too. Friction Invoker is a pretty good draw right here. That's really rough.
Making
You
these
just-
guys 1/2s.
Yeah, and making them chump blockers for days. He's not here, unfortunately. I don't know where he is, but he's not playing right now. Otherwise, I would totally go try to get High Tide out in the field for us.
How do you chump block a counterspell?
What?
You said chump blockers for days?
No, Deathrite Shones. Yeah, when Revoker comes into play.
It's a joke. Days?
Oh my gosh. That pun kind of just devastated me a little bit. Got me good on that one, sir. I don't even know how to respond right now. Oh, Bryce is trying to get out of this, but he's just drawing. So, with the time in the round, do you just scoop it up and try to go to the next game, or do you think that Bryce can possibly play out of this? Matt still has 2 cards in his hand.
No, I mean, he's way dead. He was way dead earlier in the game, but he almost clawed back out.
He almost
But
did.
now he has no hand. I can't... Even if he got his Angler now, he's still gonna die to that Batter Skull.
Yeah, especially with Mother Runes being active.
And I don't think main board he has anything that can deal with a Batter Skull.
Regarding time in the round, though, I don't think that these decks are grinding enough to care that much. I don't know if he wants the additional information, because Death and Taxes are usually pretty stock.
Right.
So I could agree with just ending it.
Yeah.
If anything, for tournament fatigue, just like don't expend your mental energy to keep trying to play this game that's a loss already.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I don't know. Matt could trip up. You never know.
I mean,
That's true.
he definitely did earlier.
Right, he did earlier.
That's
a
with
Flicker
with
Wisp.
the Lightning Bolt.
Flicker
play.
Wisp, I think I would scoop. And when he's like Flicker Wisp, I would just scoop up because that's just gonna flicker Batter Skull token.
True
Or
Name Nemesis
Batter Skull
buys
Mickey.
turns, but that's a flyer.
Think of the sportsmanship.
And I mean, I suppose like there's also the argument like you lose 100% of the games you concede, but like I don't know, like Death and Taxes is pretty grindy.
Right, and then you can definitely, especially with how long this game has been going on.
Yeah,
You probably want to just be. Oh, he's gonna stifle it.
it's cute.
I mean,
it doesn't help, but
it's something, I guess.
like he's still just gonna die to strapping the sword onto this Flicker
yeah,
Wisp.
especially with drawing a Misty, I would just go to game 2. Yeah, and I think that's we're gonna go to game 2 phase of the game. So, yeah, do you activate Mother here? I think you don't.
There's no
I
reason
mean,
to.
Matt's at. Sorry, the round thing's in the way. Matt's
It doesn't
9.
matter. Like even if he loses Stoneforge, it doesn't matter.
There's a question. There's a rules question. Can you stifle the Flicker Wisp return trigger?
He can't. That's a good question. Let me double check.
Don't you dare tap that mom. I agree.
We're gonna
Don't tap the
we're
mom.
gonna have our judge figure that out real quick.
Yes. And in case, yeah.
Oh,
We got
yes,
Eric
you
checking
can.
out.
Yes, you absolutely can. That's actually really good.
You can, so you can just stop the
Yeah.
Batter Skull completely. Ooh.
Well, actually,
Does it just stifle that coming into play that turn, but it will come
no,
back the
yeah,
turn
no.
after.
So Flicker Wisp. So Flicker Wisp has an enter the battlefield trigger that will target the batter. Well, in this case, the Batter Skull to exile it. But it also creates a delayed trigger that will return it to the battlefield. That delayed trigger you can actually stifle, which prevents it from coming back. Which that actually would be a pretty awesome play.
Does it permanently keep it exiled? Kind of like an
Yes.
Oblivion Ring type effect?
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But I mean, that still doesn't save him here. But that is really, really
That
good.
is very spicy. I did not know that. It makes Stifle.
It never
so much
occurred to me
better.
before. But yeah, that is really good.
Who brought that up? Xandro? I'm probably butchering that name, but Xandro 1? That was a very, very good question. Yeah, and do you want to talk about your judging at all? Or?
Oh yeah, sure. So just as some background, so that you don't think I'm just talking out of my out of my butt. I'm a level 2 judge in Salt Lake, so I do know what I'm talking about. I just don't always know what the cards do. So give me a second to look them up. I can give you some rulings.
Yeah, you're very, very knowledgeable of the game, and I'm excited to have you on the cast with this, because there's a lot of times where me and Sean are like, I don't know, we'll figure it out as we go kind of thing.
But yeah, I think that was definitely clearly Matt had that game on lock.
Yeah.
And I think if he hadn't screwed up that combat, it would have just been even more certain.
Right. And Matt ripping the Swords of Plowshare, I think, is what really did it, and then Bryce just bricking draw after draw after draw. But I mean, it was very close. It was very close there for a little bit. Didn't even be that as close as it was. Yeah.
So sideboarding here. I'm imagining that the
So yeah, Mirror Crusader, Surgical Extraction.
We just saw Bryce take out
Stifles.
Gurmag Angler.
oh really?
Yeah,
I
I
think-
imagine he's just taking it out because it's not that great against his
Swords.
removal. Yeah, swords.
Yeah, I think also the fact that Matt, we talked about this last week with Death and Taxes in the same matchup against a Grixis Delverless, and I like personally bringing in the Rest in Peace. And I think that might be the other thing too, is Bryce realizing that
sure.
maybe Matt might be bringing in the Rest in Peace, which makes Corebang Angler cost 7. Which,
I've actually asked around to a
Did
couple.
you?
I looked online and asked around. Death and Taxes are split, like almost down the middle on
Yeah.
like, do you take it out? Do you leave it in against a Gurmag Angler Deathrite Shaman deck?
I think you bring, especially with Deathrite Shamans, I think you would bring it in. But again, like you just said, 50-50 split camp. So
Yeah, you might get next leveled. Bryce kind of seems like he's gonna next level him. Like he's taking out the Gurmag Anglers. It's already not a great card against a sword with Swords to Plowshares.
I guess, yeah. Question for you, Eric: Do you keep stifles in against Death and Taxes in the sense like you can stifle the Stoneforge Mystics, you can stifle Mother of Runes, you can stifle the Flicker Wisp, which we just learned about, which I don't think Bryce knows about.
So whether Bryce would keep the stifles in, I don't know. I think with the revelation, now that I'm thinking about it, I would probably keep the stifles in just to deal with Flicker Wisp. Like that by itself, I think it was clear that Matt also didn't see that in that game, and like you can really screw somebody up off of that one.
You can also stifle Wastelands, right?
Yep, you could also stifle Wastelands, which is going to be really relevant.
Can you stifle Cavern of Souls?
No.
You cannot name it. You can, because it's not an enter the battlefield trigger.
It's
ability.
it's
as it comes into play.
It's not even that. It's like adding a special property to the mana. Like there's just like there's a mana ability that you can't counter, but
So kind of like True Name and Phyrexian Revoker. Just when it enters, you name something.
oh yeah, yep, and you can't counter naming the card either.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if those cards use the stack, wouldn't it? Like
They use like a timestamp thing, don't they? Kinda?
No timestamps. If they use the stack, so they tried to do that, like history, a little bit of rules history, like back in the day, those kind of abilities tried to use the stack, but that makes clone just not work. Because like clone starts as a 0/0, so it needs to have all those properties before anything else ever checks. So if it's like a trigger and goes on the stack, then it literally just is a dysfunctional card.
Gotcha.
So
And that was their hard fix to fix that.
Yep.
Okay.
I think another couple of reasons why you don't take out Stifle as the Grixis player is one, Wasteland. Just to stifle your enemy wastelands. And another reason is you already have a lot of cards you want to take out because you don't want all of your counter spells.
Yeah, you're gonna take the daisies out, right?
On
the play.
On the play, you leave your daisies in
so-
and take out Force of Wills.
Right.
yeah, I would definitely take out Spell Pierce before days.
Which it looks like Bryce kept the Spell Pierce in.
Interesting. I guess.
Is that what that looks like? Is that a Delver? That might be a Delver. I think he just flipped.
It looks like those are two Delvers.
He's gonna flip back for us. Yep, it's 2 Delvers. It looks like a Spell Pierce, but it's foil. My bad.
I don't hate keeping in Spell Pierce. Like, it protects your threat, which is on plan, and it counters.
I mean, it protects your threat against what? Like
Swords to Plowshares.
By the time Swords to Plowshares is going to get resolved, they're going to have plenty of mana to pay for it.
Also, Aether Vial. Like, it protects your other counter spells from Aether Vial.
So I mean, like it can counter Aether Vial early, but so can Daze.
I would just bring in another removal. I think
Yeah.
maybe another.
Is he
Fatal
playing
Push or
Abrupt Decays?
something. I'm not sure what he's playing.
we certainly didn't see any.
Yeah. Well, I doubt he'd be playing the main board.
Right.
But we know he has the green and the black, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's there. But Abrupt Decay would be amazing, for sure.
So let's see if Bryce fights over this, which he doesn't. He's gonna actually exit. Oh, there he goes. Okay.
Yeah.
He's got the other Delver too.
Right.
Sorry, I'm interrupting you. But
Sorry, I was just gonna say he has the other Delver. I don't think he needs to fight yet.
Thoughtseizes.
So what else is in
We got a Recruiter, Thalia, Catter Souls,
Flicker Wisp?
and a Mother of Runes. Or is that a Mother of Runes? Or
Um,
Containment. It looks like a Containment Priest or a Mother of Runes.
Wouldn't be a containment priest.
It wouldn't be. I mean, just the art kind of looks like it on the left-hand side.
so clearly it's
also-
Containment Priest.
Fox had a very interesting question. I don't know if you want to answer that one or not. Oh, it's a Stoneforge Mystic. Stoneforge Mystics, yep.
Oh, okay.
So our screen's really tiny. It's hard to see cards sometimes.
Yes. The question about the Arc Fiend. I need to double check this. I'm fairly certain it triggers twice. There's actually a specific rule that says anytime you would draw some number of cards, it's an independent action, and that would say that you're gonna trigger like whenever you draw a card would trigger multiple times for sure. I believe the way that the Arc Fiend is worded that it's also because it's not worded as like whenever you discard one or more cards, it's discarded whenever you discard another card. So I'm fairly confident off of Faithless Looting you will get 2 triggers from the Arch Fiend, but I'm going to double check Gather Rulings to see if they have a mention, because I assume that there is one.
Yeah. So on the Delver reveal trigger days, he's going to Swords to Plowshare or Delver. Wah wah wah.
With blind flip,
Drew.
though.
Well, the fact that Matt drew a Swords to Plowshare after Bryce just Thoughtseized okay go, like, that's pretty rough for Bryce there.
Definitely.
But you can just jam Death right here.
Spell Pierce would have been pretty nice there, wouldn't it have, guys?
Yeah, it should be a reveal game 3, because technically Delver would flip at that point, right? It's not a... Because Delver revealed the days and then Matt swords. Does Delver still technically flip and become a 3/2 at that point, or is it with the triggers on the stack of the reveal? Does it repeal part of the cost?
When
quote?
did he cast the sword after the
Reveal,
reveal?
yeah.
Then yeah, it certainly would have been a 3/2, and he would gain 3.
Okay, so I'm gonna go talk to them about that real fast and just fix the life total so we can actually see what's going on.
Yeah, if he reveals, then it's too late. If he did that early, then maybe he could say I'm doing that before you reveal it. But yeah, that should be if he
You should feel a gut
if
shot
he-
with the reveal.
yeah, if he did reveal, then yeah, it should be flipped. Foxes and the life totals are good. I wasn't paying attention because I was trying to look up your silly Arc Fiend question.
Oh, he's right, yeah, because he took 2 off of the Thoughtseize and 1 off of the...
Oh, that's right.
Fetch.
That's right.
So...
Yeah, so I think the life totals are fine. And Rich is just going to be a distraction. So thanks, Rich. You're the best. Dang it, internet.
Maybe not. Would he have gained any other life?
I mean, he got swords earlier, but that was to make up for the fetch. So I think you're right.
Okay, yeah, we got the life total fixed. That's a good question. Alright, so we got Deathrite, Recruiter.
So
Where did he
we
go grab
think
with
that we just
Recruiter?
broke the life totals? Because he took 2 off of the Thoughtseize, 2 off of the Fetch, that's 4, and he got swords twice for 1 and 3,
So 4.
so he would be at 20. Unless he got attacked that we didn't see. And I think that he just played his 2 creatures in these last 2 turns.
So should I go fix that again?
Right? Is that what you saw?
I did not see it. I was looking up card rulings.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. So you went 19, 17. No, you gained 4. Yeah, should be at 21.
What did he gain 4?
Oh, he's at 21?
Yeah, because 3 off the Delver and 1 off of the.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah, but didn't he? So he
You cracked a fetch.
he crept the fetch.
Thoughtseize. 17. And then he got Swords Pleasure on a 1/1 Delver.
Did he
which
not
goes
crack
to
a session?
18.
Did he not crack a? Oh no, he
No,
only
there's
cracked
no
the 1
second
fetch.
fetch. Yeah,
Then yeah,
oh,
21's
yeah.
right then.
21's right. Yep. Yeah, we're good.
Figured it out.
Geez, Sean.
Sorry.
Do some arithmetic. Just kidding.
But now we know we're right.
Did you have a Thoughtseize? Because math. No. All right, fine. Oh, you can make puns, but Rich can't make puns.
Apparently not.
We need to brainstorm some new puns.
The amount of brainstorm puns that go on, man. They need to play some more punny cards in Legacy. I need to just message Wizard like, can you come up with cards that are more punny, please?
Yeah.
I mean, I think it would help if you were just like any good at it.
Ooh. Shots fired. Man, everybody's throwing shade today.
Shot straight to the gut. I'm just gonna stop.
Yeah, please do. Having a really hard time recruiting puns? No, doesn't work.
That wasn't a pun.
Nope.
So he's playing Toxic Deluge here for 2, I imagine?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it looks like 2. Alright. That was definitely a very good draw.
Yeah. Hitting even 2 creatures on a Death and Taxes list playing...
The Flicker Wisp is a revealed card, right? From his hand?
Yeah, from the Thoughtseize.
Yep.
I think Matt's just playing...
Yeah. Yep. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Do we know what's in Bryce's hand?
I do not remember.
Not the moment.
He's gonna flicker a land, it looks like. So he's got a port up too, so you can untap port the Underground Sea. There you go,
Yeah.
that's right. Lightning Bolt, that's good. He has a Daze.
Lightning Bolt is very good right now.
And 2 Force of Wills. Which isn't gonna do a whole lot, unfortunately. I think he just drew the Force of Will, though.
I mean, Force of Will. I mean, I wouldn't mind pitching a Force of Will to hit like a recruiter or something.
Right. There's
But-
another Thoughtseize, which he
Yeah.
can't cast because he's tapped out.
I don't even think I would right now.
So do you think he named Human on both caverns, or do you think he named...
Whatever Flicker Wisp is, an elemental, I think.
Elemental, yeah.
I probably would have named elemental off
So
of it.
I'm a little curious to know why he didn't use the mana from the Underground Sea to brainstorm.
Yeah,
But he drew the brainstorm.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
dumb.
We see Bryce's
Don't worry,
hand is
guys.
just full of counterspells.
There's a fatal push.
I feel like one of those forces ought to go away. Did he get a fetch?
no,
No, he's got a
just
wasteland.
Yeah, 2 forces, Spell Pierce, and I think a Daze.
I guess he could waste the port.
Yeah. Ooh, but he's gonna hit a cavern instead.
Well, that's not a bad choice.
especially with Bryce having all that counter
Yeah.
magic. I'll go run and check and see what the other. Okay, yeah, Bryce is showing that Cavern of Souls is naming Elemental. Okay, thank you, Bryce. Yeah, if you were here earlier when I was talking about it, Bryce does our Tuesday night Legacy events. He does the casting for that with Brian. So, again, you guys should go troll him on Tuesday for me because it's funny.
Why is it?
Oh, click the eye, and then you have to hit transition after you move it in spot.
Oh, I can do this.
Perfect. Yep, perfect. Yeah, I think a Wasteland for the Karakas would be nice. Except for Bryce doesn't really care about the Karakas so much. Except for now, he can Karakas back his Stoneforge or his
Thalia.
Thalia.
But I don't know, like,
I still like the idea of hitting the Cavern of Souls naming human. I think.
given his hand, I also like the idea of the port personally.
I think I would have gone the port personally too, but especially since you only have 1 black source out right now. And unfortunately, the Thalia is already stuck, so like the counter magic's not going to do anything with that.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have removal for the Thalia anyways. It's not like if he draws into something.
I thought he
it's
had
bad, but
I thought he had a fatal push, but maybe he doesn't. And a revoker.
He's waiting on the brainstorm that he just drew.
Yeah, he's probably wait till port tries to tap down. Brainstorm. Yeah, see, there's a fatal push, but granted, he can't just fatal push the Thalia because he just Karakas it back. And there's another fatal push too. That's really, really rough.
Yeah, 2 fatal push doesn't
Except for
do
he
it.
does have the Force of Will, so he can fatal push it, and then when he goes to play it again, he can Force Will it.
Is the Karakas tapped down finally?
no, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's just half, just in the graveyard a little bit.
Okay.
It's going Scattywampus. One of those, if you do Staring Arrows with the Waste in the Cavern, Matt can play Uncounterable Flicker Wisp and reset Cavern, Human, or Core. Yeah, that's a really rough position. I think that Bryce, with the amount of counterspells he had, did the right play, but... Draw for turn. So, do you just wait till Matt does it on his turn?
Yeah, because otherwise, well,
Nope, he has another. That's good. So now you just kill it, right?
I would still wait.
Just to see what he does. Because maybe he goes like Jit, go to activate Jitte.
Mm-hmm.
I always say Jit, I don't know why. There's a Vial.
So that's how LSV says it.
Does
We
it
all
say
just
Jit?
want to be
Yeah.
LSV.
That made some reason that popped Nickelback in my head. We all want to be rock stars, but LSV. Not sure if I'm a fan of that one. Kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm sorry. Not because of LSV, but because of Nickelback.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough to not even know that it's Nickelback until you just told me.
Yeah.
I knew that I didn't like the song.
Yeah. So with Aetherval in the stack, is that what he's doing? Matt does have 2 ports too.
Do you force this?
I feel like you fatal push the Thalia and then you force. No.
Well, yeah, that was definitely the wrong order there.
Yeah, I think you fatal push and then you force. And then he's gonna port down that add black. Are you gonna fatal push now? Yes. Don't tap your red. There you go. Fatal push. Okay. So he should be at 4 right now, right? Did he take 2 off the 6?
He should be at 4.
If that becomes relevant, I'll go run out there, but that will change your gameplay. So should I go? Then you have to get transition again when you move it. Oh yeah, you got it.
Just keeps moving it
There's
around.
a wasteland on Matt's side. There's a sword of fire and ice coming down.
I think he's going for the black or the green. Black, probably.
Oh, he tapped the wasteland for a sword of fire and ice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, or is that a war and peace? It looks like a fire and ice.
Oh.
Yeah, it's warm.
I know that Matt does play sort of war and peace too, but
Really?
yeah.
Interesting.
Which is actually really good against Burn.
Oh.
Or not Burn. Really,
Someone said
really-
Wasteland, I
Yeah,
thought.
see, Fire and
Oh, it
Ice.
is?
War and Peace. It
is War and Peace.
It's there's a couple Death and Texas players that are doing that here. It's actually surprisingly really good against Storm because you like just half their life total or more.
Huh.
Like
Interesting.
yeah, I was overhearing them talking about it. And that was the main.
I mean, it
main
seems
reason why.
really cool in the mirror match.
Right, definitely. And there is a lot of Death in Texas here, which would give you an incremental advantage over that. So we're gonna see a Ponder right here. Hopefully he can find a black source. There's a Cormog Angler, but then a Pluto Delta. That's rough.
Delver.
That's really, really rough. I feel like you just take the Pluto Delta.
Start.
Or is that a Delver too?
Yeah, that's a Delver.
Maybe he just takes the Delver and keeps him on top. Yeah, I guess you could do that too. I forget that you can actually just set up draws with Ponder instead of just shuffling, because that's what we've always seen Bryce do so far with them.
Yeah. There's a brainstorm. And that's going to set up something for this Delver he's probably going to play, right?
Yeah. While also, I'd put a Daze on top, I think, because he also could pitch things away. Like he doesn't need to see
so he's putting a
Force
force.
of Wills.
I'm inclined to put a force of will on top.
Yeah, so you have 2 different kinds of counter spells instead of just the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he has 3 Forcibles, doesn't he? So he can
Yeah.
put 2 on top and then shuffle one of them away. Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
Well, you can actually shuffle both of them away.
Right, if he needs to. I think he is just going to jam Delver here, though. And play Pluto Delta, or just, oh, he is going to ship them both. Which I think is a good play, too. But now you don't have your Delver
He's corrected
flip.
the die. He's at 3.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Now he doesn't have the Delver flip.
Right. And then that's what I was talking about, maybe like keeping another force on top just for the Delver flip. But
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
Well, I mean, you could even just force after you reveal, or fetch after you reveal.
Oh, he's going for the big play, going Angler. I think you just go Angler and you go.
Oh, I miss he had an Angler in hand.
Yeah, because he pondered and he went Blue Delta, Angler,
And the
Delver.
The Angler came off with Brainstorm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was very good. I think.
Well, that's
look,
gonna get
Spell
dazed.
Pierce.
Oh, or even better.
Sean winning. Winning! Sean's winning.
Yeah, the 1-for-1 counterspell.
Hey,
That was like, I didn't realize that he had the spell preach. That's good that he didn't just jam the Delver there too. Yeah, that Pierce doing some work. Although Bryce is at 3 life. Getting 5 would not have been the worst thing in the world. But having a 5/5 beater seems better.
Yeah, definitely better.
Again, he's tapping on Wasteland. I'm a little surprised that he's not. I guess he's gonna tap out this turn anyway, so it doesn't matter.
what's he playing here? Is it-
He doesn't have Palace Jailer, does he? Nope, just
Oh,
another Thalia.
Thalia.
He's probably gonna go to equip though,
That should
which-
not
That
resolve.
should get forced.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
hard.
Alright,
Bryce goes
yeah.
to 2, however.
Any non-elemental creature about now is getting
Thalia
forced.
again?
Revoker.
Revoker.
Naming.
What was
JJ.
the other card? that's in- Oh, the Delver. That's a tough call. I'm actually almost inclined to have pitched the Delver, and like in hindsight, it obviously would have been very good.
Right.
But I was kind of tempted to do that anyway, just in the off chance that he did have another creature.
Yeah, Bryce needs a threat though. You know what I mean?
I don't think that. I think his threat is the angler, but
Well-
letting Matt stick a creature is way more problematic because of the 2 equipment on board. Like
Yeah.
letting Jitte resolve was really only okay because he wasn't
Had
gonna get a
no-
creature.
Had no bodies.
Yeah.
And like, I guess what I'm saying though is like, on the off chance that maybe Matt had another Swords to Plowshare, you know what I mean? Like, and then Bryce has no threats whatsoever.
Yeah, I guess, but then you're both in top deck mode.
And either way, yeah, that was a tough call I think to make either.
Do we know what Revoker named?
We don't. Should I run over there real quick?
I think the game is probably close to done,
Close,
so
yeah,
we don't
yeah.
need to. But
Probably just named Deathrite Shaman.
Yeah, is there really any other
well, it couldn't be
targets?
Deathrite Shaman because he played it that
He-
turn.
Well, he could
Wait.
have foreseen a Deathrite though and named it.
No, because he played it after the Revoker came in.
It's just activated abilities can't be activated.
Oh, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
I was thinking Meddling Mage.
Meddling, yeah.
And actually, it doesn't look like Friction Revoker named Deathrite because Bryce chumped with a Delver of Secrets. Which that's a pretty good tell,
named Delver
too.
of Secrets.
Yeah.
That would be a bad name.
You never know, right? So he's gonna go grab Batter Skull. I think he just attacked for 5.
The Megazord. This is
That's
this
one
is
big
this
Megazord.
is not a good spot for Bryce either.
I feel like you just jam.
This reminds me a whole
Fine.
heck of a lot of that last game where it's just kind of like I don't know what Bryce could draw that would help him here.
No, you die if you jam that. He goes to 6. So he can kill the Deathrite Shaman currently with the Revoker. Ooh.
Oh.
That's really,
game changer.
really good
Ooh.
right now. Yeah, that blocks for days. That blocks a Megazord.
Now it's important because he also needs the Deathrite Shaman because otherwise he'll just die to Stoneforge Mystic. Because he's only at 2.
Yeah, and if Matt's smart, he won't just attack with Revoker. He'll try to move one of his equipment somewhere else.
Actually,
kill Deathrite.
like I think the play here, I would just kill the Deathrite and swing anyway because Bryce has nothing in hand. So if he
Attacks with the
then again, Matt's at 6.
That's activate Batter Skull.
So he chooses to be patient.
Yeah.
So
this is
do you-
actually-
Oh wait, there's no activation by the Deathrite Shaman there.
So it must be naming Deathrite. I don't see what else
It
he would
must be
possibly
named
name.
Deathrite.
Yeah.
It kind of makes the... Oh. No? I was thinking maybe
Yeah, it looks
that,
like the Deathrite is revoked. Yeah.
that he would kill the Delver instead of the Deathrite, maybe because he was fearing another sword.
Maybe he drew a bolt, like just get the Revoker or something, right?
That's
And
still
then
that doesn't
Deathrite's
make sense
fine.
because then he just gains 3 life, which would be really, really good right now.
Sorry, what?
If it was a swords, then if he swords the Delver, then he gains 3 life, which is really good.
No,
It's so tricky.
I mean like the other equipment sword.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, Wait,
so he can't just be like
so
pro
Matt,
blue.
whoa. Matt opted, instead of killing a Death Threat Shaman, to activate the Jitte to gain 4 life. That was not what I was expecting.
I don't see any reason to do that proactively.
Yeah,
No,
you don't do that
I
until the
agree.
last second.
I agree. So he's finding a wasteland, a black source. I mean, he's just gonna pass. Yeah, that was interesting. I feel like that was wrong.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can just always do that in response. So if you wanted to gain the 4 life, you could just wait.
Yeah, Zandro brings up that like there's no
yeah,
Krosan grip.
There's no. Yeah, Xandro just said there's no Krosan grip.
Does he know that for sure? Does Matt know that for sure? He does have
I
green
don't.
mana.
Yeah, I don't.
That seems really
I think-
unlikely.
I think
but-
Matt knows well enough to know that the Krosan grip isn't being seen in play in sideboards a lot right now, especially with Miracles being gone. Like,
Well, I mean, I've seen Krosan Grip in
ooh, is that an
sideboards.
Ancient Grudge?
I've seen Krosan Grip in
Is that an
sideboards.
Ancient Grudge? It's an Ancient Grudge. Oh, it's an Ancient Grudge.
Oh, man.
That's a good.
Oh, damn.
Oh, that's so dirty. So dirty.
I mean, he has to survive a turn.
Yeah, I think he can. I think he's no, because with the
Batterskull, though.
so Mother Runes cannot give Friction Revoker Pro a color.
That's true. But it could give the Germ token protection from a color.
You're right.
But
So the attacks here are gonna be very, very, very interesting.
actually, it doesn't matter because so if Mother Runes give the Germ token pro blue, then you just block the Germ token with the
Angler.
With the Angler, no big deal. If he gives it pro black, then the Angler can still block the Revoker just fine, and that's actually
Death Ray can
that's actually
jump in
bad.
front of the Bless of the Revoker.
Yeah. So actually, Mother Runes doesn't swing in
Doesn't
here.
it? Yeah, Mother
So
Runes
he's
doesn't
gonna get the
change
turn.
the board state.
So that Ancient Crutch is gonna go off.
It's gonna, yeah. Okay, so we're seeing it
Well,
move
okay.
around.
But now he
So
can't.
now he can give it pro.
well,
We don't know what color that
he
is,
didn't-
unfortunately.
he did that wrong, but
Well, is it in response to the
he
move?
could do that out of order.
And he just
Yeah.
attacks and braces K Chump. But Matt does gain a bunch of life back.
Yeah.
Ancient Grudge isn't gonna kill the Germ token anymore.
Well, it could. I mean, he could kill the sword.
It can, it can still kill the sword.
Yeah, it'd have to
with
kill
that.
both equipment.
Alright, so
I mean, it's gonna kill 2 equipment.
Yeah.
here it goes.
All right, the Batterskull
Batterskull's
for
gone.
sure. Like, he doesn't have the mana to bounce it. That's just done.
I think you take the Batterskull and you take.
I'm inclined to do.
I would do both. No, I think I would take both. Yeah, I think you nuke sword and you nuke Batterskull because with the Jitte.
Oh, he just got rid of the Germ.
Yeah,
That's not right.
that's not right. At all.
not yet.
Should we go? Yeah. Let me go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to them about that real fast. That's like huge.
Isn't Ancient Grudge a sorcery?
No, it's instant.
Oh. Then is there a reason to do that on his turn? Actually, yes. You can't wait to Ancient Grudge the Batterskull because otherwise he'll pay 3 to return it to his hand.
That's a good point.
So we need to Ancient Grudge the Batterskull now. Xandro, I agree that the Germ token is useful. I don't know that it's obvious that the Germ token survives with the sword anyway, but yes, I agree. I think having a token is good.
I have a Germ token in my bag. I might just give them.
Don't worry. I think we're okay.
Okay.
We're okay. But
Should I just
so
shove it to
this
the
is
wall?
very, very interesting now. That Ancient Grudge changed a lot. I'm still trying to decide if I would Ancient Grudge the Jitte or the sword.
With the what do you call it? True Name Nemesis in play, like maybe you're not so
Worried
maybe you
about
don't
the
have to
Jitte?
choose yet.
But there's a Mother of Runes though, so like the Jitte is gonna like whatever the Jitte's on can just get pro blue, so you can't just bank.
But you kind of might want to just make him use the Pro Blue.
So
He's also got the 5/5.
But okay, so the thing we didn't think about is Ancient Grudge can also nuke the Friction Revoker.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that's
I was
true.
thinking about that.
That's true.
I still think the equipment is a bigger deal.
I agree with you, but I think that
Actually, well, so it gets you the Deathray Shaman though,
which helps you get out of the holding.
Well, okay, I think we can stop this whole discussion now because it's just going to deal with Sword of Fire and Ice.
Definitely. The sword that I think...
yeah.
Like,
They
at the end of the day, that could wait.
They
Like, in any
also
case...
have
so
5 minutes left in the round.
Oh.
Right.
Time limit ended
Bryce
up being
really
relevant.
need to finish this. Right, and as we talked about in game 1, that was a little too long. They needed to scoop it up a little bit faster than that. But it was a really interesting game. So... I always feel bad going and like talking to the players, like, oh, sorry, you messed up, you can't do that, this. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that's the rules. That's how Magic works. You know what I mean?
That's just being a judge.
Yeah.
Like,
I've had players get legitimately angry at me because they like, oh, I'm gonna surgical a card in your graveyard, and he's like, okay, exile it, and he didn't like shuffle or anything, like, and it was relevant. And the person who played the surgical, oh, he never revealed his hand. That's what it was, and I was like, I think you have to reveal your hand.
Yeah, you have to
And they were
reveal-
like, don't jump into the game, like,
No.
if you're not a player.
no. So hang on. Speaking as a level 2 judge here,
Okay.
that player at that point just knowingly didn't reveal his hand. That guy cheated. He
Yeah.
should be disqualified. Like, that's so incredibly not okay.
Yeah.
Like, as soon as the player like gets upset at me about that sort of thing, like, I start having a lot more serious, unpleasant chat with him.
Thank you, because
Yeah.
I'm not a judge or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's partially why they think
Yeah.
it got mad at me. But like, I've thought about that for a long time,
Yeah.
and I was like, but those are the rules.
Yeah, no. The only time that you get to game stuff like that is triggers, and I'll be perfectly honest, like a bit of personal commentary, I kind of wish that you couldn't on triggers either, for the same reason. Like, it's just crappy sportsmanship, and like you are trying to violate the rules to gain advantage. Like, that is just basic, simple. That's what cheating
Pro
is.
Black, kill Bryce. So he Ancient Grudge the Jitte, it looks like. And Fox, what he was saying though specifically was he surgical extracted the target, in which the surgical extraction would remove the target, not removed in response to surgical targeting.
Yeah,
Fox, because Fox was talking about
the
if you
spell
remove
resolved.
surgical target is countered.
Yeah, the spell resolved, and he just didn't reveal his hand.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like that's 2-0 for Death and Taxes then.
Yeah.
I think the player did it because he like it was a one of in his deck, and so it was like, oh, it's not going to hit anything.
But he still has to reveal and he still has to shuffle.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Unless guys like surgical that I didn't fail to find it. Even then you still have to reveal though. So Toxic Deluge, Thought Seize, Ancient Grudge, 2 Thought Seizes, and 2 Fork Bolts. That seems really, really good against Matt. I like the idea of bringing in I thought he had Dread Knights. I thought he had Dread Knights, but apparently he didn't, so.
I think that's an important card to have in your sideboard, and it's not expensive, is it?
Which one?
Dread of Night?
Dread of
Dread
Night.
Knight? In this format, yeah. I played Punishing Gun and I don't play it, but I'm also playing Punishing Gun, which kind of just hoses Death and Taxes anyway, so. So Dread Knight's 1 black, white creatures get -1/-1. It's an enchantment.
It's like 50 cents,
Yeah,
It's $3.
It's pretty specific.
depending on the version.
It's pretty specific, but there is a lot of Death and Taxes floating around here, so I can see that.
Yeah, we're gonna go get the next round going.
Okay.
I mean, it's Death and Taxes. There's if the name of the deck is just like, there's always going to be these two things, and there's always going to be a Death and Taxes player at your tournament.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose, but like, I don't know, like, so speaking from the perspective of I play Esper Deathblade, and when I play that deck, the reason I love that deck is that every single matchup I end up siding like 7 or 8 cards, and because it just like the sideboard is that diverse and that toolboxy, like it's not even like I have a bad main board. It's just that the sideboard cards are just that versatile. But like that means that I want those sideboard cards to be that flexible and useful. Like, so a card like Dread of Night is
Too specific?
it's, to me, for my taste, yeah, I think it's too specific to fit in your sideboard. But like, you know, if you know you're going to be playing Death and Taxes 2 or 3 times, then yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Do you want Matt on Death and Taxes against something else? I don't know yet. Or do you want to watch Josh and Bryce play? I'd say Death and Taxes.
Let's say Death and Taxes and something random.
I'll just notify Matt to play a little quicker. That's what
Why?
you can do.
I mean, there are some judges who say that if a match goes to time, then there was probably slow play. It didn't.
Huh.
I think if anybody was playing particularly slow in that game, it was Bryce. There were a lot of waiting and thinking over plays, but I think in general the pace of play seemed okay. It's just a grindy matchup.
Yeah, I agree. Like, what turn do you think that was? Like 18?
Yeah. I mean, Death and Taxes had like 6 lands in play for at least 5 or 6 turns.
Exactly. And
I mean, crap. He had double Rich on Port and still had 3 mana up for a few of those turns. So
and he may have gotten wastelanded.
he got wastelanded at
once.
least. Yeah, because you get at least the Caracas.
So we're at least
No, there
12.
There were at least a few because he got the Cavernous Souls too.
Yeah,
So there were a lot of turns in that game.
I think that the pace of play was fine. I can't think of a decision that took overly long, but it's hard to remember back on a 45-minute game.
So one thing about slow play is it's not necessarily about taking too long in any particular play. It's just about taking too long, period. So you can slow play by just kind of generally playing at a slow pace, but making your decisions, like any individual decision would have been fine. It's just that you keep taking a little while. And that could still be slow play.
Huh, that's
I
interesting.
mean, I've played against Matt a couple times now, and he does take a long time shuffling and deciding. But
The shuffling is what gets me more than anything else.
yeah,
I mean, so things like shuffling are really easy things to spot and things that people trigger off of because it's basically dead space otherwise.
Yeah, you're just waiting for your opponent.
But like, there's I was at a judge conference a little while ago, and somebody was actually showing these videos of just like, watch this person making some decisions, and do you feel like there's any slow play? And you're watching, and he's like kind of making some decisions and doing some things, and it takes about 30 seconds, but it feels like he's kind of just generally moving the whole time, and like no big deal. And then there's the exact same play, but somebody just sits there mulling over cards in their hand for like
And
30
that does a
seconds,
lot
and then
longer.
immediately makes a burst of actions and gets everything done. And so, like, the first one, everybody wants to say, well, that's slow play because he took forever to make that one decision, but he didn't. Like, he made a bunch of decisions all at once, just was planning them out in advance. And so that's, like, ruling on slow play is really difficult because there's a lot of nuance to it. Like, we don't want to force people into sitting there and planning out their plays all at once. We also don't want to force people into making all their actions in sequence. We just need to make sure that you're making your pace of play reasonable.
It's also something that's frustrating as a player.
Oh,
because,
absolutely.
Like, I don't know when to call it, and when I do call it, the judge walks over, and he hasn't been watching the whole time. And what does he do? Like, start standing there and watching for me?
Yeah.
you just go
But-
walk over and say, "Hey, judge, can you watch my match?"
Okay.
And usually, though, and that's the thing. Even then, if the judge comes over and then the player starts playing faster, then I guess it kind of helps because
You've already solved the problem.
You're solving the problem.
Yeah, and
they will be able to catch it.
and you know, if the player's doing that intentionally, that's also like a form of cheating, and we can kind of start to pay attention to stuff like that and be more covert and watch those players from the corner of our eye and see if they're playing slow specifically when we're not watching,
Yeah.
and that can be a lot more sketchy.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Death and Taxes Mirror here. So
I know you guys. I was like, this is gonna be interesting. I don't know if you guys are gonna enjoy this at all, but it'll be interesting to talk about.
This is going to be the fairest game.
fairest of
A
all.
lot of combat.
So what's better, a Mother of Runes or Aether Vial?
Aether
Probably
Vial.
Aether Vial.
Aether Vial.
Although I don't think Matt has a white source. Yeah, he's got double wasteland.
That does
That's
seem
really, really rough though. But 2 Aether Vial makes up for it. It makes
It's still
Jeff
kind of rough, I feel like.
Yeah, Jeff has a wasteland though, so he can just snap a wasteland. That feels bad. This is rough.
I mean, I don't know. Actually, I'm actually torn on saying whether this is rough. Like, it's not like Jeff is gonna have any answers to the Aether Vials,
Right.
Not on the main board. So like, what does he care if he doesn't have any lands?
And he's gonna stick a 1-drop and a 2-drop next turn, so he's like really kind of on pace with the other guy.
Yeah, I think Jeff's actually ahead now because of the Mother Runes and the Thalia.
It's true. Like Mother of Runes is not irrelevant.
Another Mother of Runes on the other side of the table.
So check in untap.
Did he just not tick up?
No, I did not. He maybe missed it, or maybe he announced it. And,
Oh, he missed it.
He missed
yeah,
it.
we can tell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Revoker is an answer to Aether Vials too, as Zandra said
That's
in chat.
okay. That's fair. That's fair.
We see a Caracas, and would you use your last land to nuke the second one? I think since he doesn't have any Aether Vials yet.
I think you just do, yeah.
I've heard.
Oh, Revoker! Yes!
Ooh.
Got him! Got him!
Well, okay. So now this is really bad for Matt. Now I am 100% with you.
I wonder what he named.
We should put Gideon Allies in the car. Kappa.
I've heard that you don't want to waste when you're behind on board. So
I mean,
it doesn't really make it that much of a difference.
Yeah,
so
well,
we're gonna see him do it.
Well, he did it, especially with the vials being locked up. I don't like that play, especially because if you do draw like a plains and a Swords of Plowshare, you want to have that wasteland to pay through the Thalia, which it doesn't matter because Jeff has a Mother of Runes.
yeah.
Right?
Wow, this is bad.
Oh.
Pro white.
The Rashadan Port is just gonna mean that even if he does hit a land, he's gonna have one mana.
If you block with the Mother of Runes, you're just like
Well, you can
you're
block him pro white.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Which, I mean, Jeff then would be able to swords, but then at that point, then, just a scoop go to game 2. I think you do block in pro white, but
I mean, there's no reason not to. Well, I guess unless you're like, just don't swords me, bro. But
Even
well,
a,
you have another mother, it doesn't matter.
even a Swords for Matt is 3 turns of lands away.
Right. Because he has to play the land and the Thalia tax.
Yeah. And the Port and the Thalia means he's not gonna have access to 3 mana
Right.
for so long.
Right.
I don't even think that he can.
so I'm trying to think. So
Why
so
he
clearly
jammed
his
the other mother runes.
so clearly his opening hand was waste a vile. Like that was clearly what he started with.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna guess that he had Mother of Runes and probably Thalia or Revoker. So my question is like, is that hand keepable? And I'm undecided. Because like this game clearly shows the risk of trying that.
I definitely want to say yes, it's good, because especially when you don't know what your enemy is playing, because Revoker is like one matchup.
The thing I don't understand is why Matt did not play the other mother runes. That is what I'm a little lost
Like
on
at the
right
end of
now.
that turn.
Yeah. Matt was like plains go, and he had another mother runes. Like if he had gotten both those mother of runes online, then he would at least be able to start blocking a little bit better. I mean, granted, you can't pro artifacts with mother runes, but
It's 1 less damage a turn for no extra cost.
yeah. Jeff's got more ports than he knows what to do with right now. Not a lot of targets. Pro white, 4. So Matt, and so Matt gets ported here. No. So Matt actually does have the Swords of Plowshare that he could potentially get rid of that Revoker now.
Is that a recruiter?
That is a recruiter.
Yeah.
I don't like playing the recruiter. I think you've already got your win on the field.
Yeah, you're
and
already
you're endangering it.
ahead. Now
Agreed.
you're just being greedy. Because we see that Matt's got the... Oh, but he didn't draw another land. So if Matt had ripped another land right there, then
Yeah.
fine.
I mean, yeah, like agreed. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely very aggressive. It's a little too aggressive, but...
And certainly not necessary.
It kind of paid off. Because Matt didn't get
I
to
mean,
snap off. the
yeah, like it
swords.
ended up being a value play, but like it was totally not necessary.
Yeah.
Are his vials on 2 and 3?
Matt does need another mana source. If he had ripped another plains or another anything, Caracas, whatever, off the top there, he could have gotten at least the Aether Vials online, which would allow Matt to
This
dump his
game is all
hand.
about ticking Vial to 8 and deploying Grizzlebrand. Speaking of 4 black.
Yeah. I think that's more Christmas. Christmas land, Magic Christmas land.
No. I mean, like, let's just go all the way, right? Take up to 15. Let's just go for the Emrakul.
Right. What's the thing that doubles the blue? That doubles the amount of counters on something?
Um,
Because on the way up, You get 4.
Yeah.
Dublin season?
No, there's
there's a creature that comes into play.
EDH guy.
Yeah, there's like a 5-drop, I think.
Yeah, or 4 or 5. So you just like jam him, double it, better counter than Aether Vial. Grizzlebrand. Find another one by drawing 7.
All right, we've cracked the death and taxes. Well, no, because it's a 5-drop,
You
so
can't
it
put it
double
with
up to
Aether
10.
Vial.
It double up to 10.
You can't Aether Vial. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Mm.
Ticks up to 11, and we could do. What's at 11? Which Eldrazi?
You could do a Worldspan Worm.
We could skip it and do Ulamog.
Ooh, that's so spicy.
Okay, yeah.
my ears are bleeding.
Jeff got that first game.
This went a little too out of hand. Out of hand.
Oh, I get it.
Oh man. I know. I'm sorry, Champagne. They are the 2 undefeateds for tonight, though. So far. I don't know if we're doing 4 rounds or 3. I think we're doing 3.
Taking the 7 and 8 and adding them together.
Real Megazord time. You can transfer. There's cards that do transfer tokens.
It's true. There are. That's the other secret.
But you can Hex Parasite to like bump it down enough.
No.
We
We
can double enough.
we don't even need Hex Parasite. We can play. What is it called? Power Outlet, I think.
Power Outlet?
Oh,
we have
Power Conduit. Yeah. So Power Conduit, you remove a charge counter from any artifact you want to put a +1/+1 counter on a creature, or vice versa. So we can just like start fiddling stuff around. We can go up to 3 for a turn, go back down to 2. Never saw that coming.
Wow, I think I like the 4 black.
Oh, it's any counter. Oh, sweet. So you can get
from a counter.
-1/-1 counters off too.
Ooh. Put a charge counter on target artifact, or put a +1/+1 counter.
Yeah.
Ooh. This is spicy.
3/2 Thalia.
And that art though.
No. This is. So I couldn't decide if I wanted the 3-drop Thalia or the 2-drop Thalia, so I just decided to go for the best of both worlds.
You can fiddle with it. Actually, putting counters on it's really good. Yeah, because you can uptick the Aether Vial. And then
I mean, I don't
remove the counter, put a +1/+1 counter on a dude.
Yeah.
Ooh, so spicy.
Core Tapper.
Put charge counter artifact. So you put 3 for 2 mana after Summoning Sickness is done.
So you go turn 1 Aether Vial into turn 2
Core Tapper?
play Core Tapper, untap, tap to put the charge counter on, and then sack to put it up another 2. We're up to like 6 or 7 already.
And it depending on how you do the math, you can do the double guy. You Aether Vial and the double guy and double it.
Yeah. And then we're up to 10, and then we have Ulamog.
Winning.
So actually, my favorite Aether Vial deck was I was playing a modern tournament a few years back, and I was playing Fish, and I was doing very badly. It was round like 2 or 3 of the night, and I was like 0-6 or whatever. And my matchup guy goes Forest Aether Vial, and I was like, I don't know, is this gonna be like elves? No, it was better than that. It was werewolves. Which it turns out when you are literally never casting spells, but you still get more creatures every turn, werewolves are really good.
Wow, that's interesting. Huh. That's interesting. I thought you were gonna do the rug, Cryptic Command, Eternal Witness deck.
No,
I was not expecting.
And I was just like my Aether Vial I thought was super good, but your guys are way better than mine.
You're like, I guess I'll make that 4th island.
You're 5/4. Just fought with my Lord of Atlantis. I guess I lose the fight.
Jeez. Yeah, because like even if you like spreading seas them or anything, like it doesn't matter. They're like, okay,
yeah.
Like I'm not running that like out of a mana base. Either.
Yeah.
That's with 2 tribal decks. I wouldn't have
Pictured werewolves.
Yeah, pictured werewolves. I'm excited to see a Sword of Warren piece in this matchup.
Yeah, me too. We know Matt has it. I don't think Jeff is running it.
Oh, that's true. We could Aether Vial in Dryad Arbor on that turn 1 too, so we can get up to 3 mana.
So we can get that Core Tapper on turn 2 like we normally. But yeah.
But we could also play a second Aether Vial.
Ooh. Yeah. Right. And then play another Ornithopter Dryad Arbor. Or Springleaf Drum. No, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah, I think I like sort of light and shadow better. Sort of light and shadow better in the mirror, but we do know that Matt is playing sort of Fire and Ice. Or oh my gosh,
War and Peace.
Cavern is still-
But also sort of Fire and Ice. Like
Right.
that's also very good in this matchup.
yeah.
Um.
Counter Souls naming humans. Play Mom. Hey Mom, you're so good turn 1 in this situation. Planes. Aether Vial.
Aether Vial's the better turn 1, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yes.
Wasteland not doing. Ooh, see, Matt should have played Aether Vial. That's not good though. That's good.
Well, or he just drew it.
It's that's true too. Maybe he did. There's a Pithing. No, it's a Mom. See, power
So
conduit.
I think I would.
Just
Is that a
saying.
wasteland or a port?
It's a port.
Okay. I was gonna say if it's a wasteland, I would just like.
No, it is a wasteland. No, it looks like it's a wasteland.
So I'm thinking wasteland, the cavern. Yeah.
And shut him off his white source.
Yeah.
The board's not that crazy that you're
Well,
behind.
it depends on also what you've got in your hand, because you could potentially cast things. You have a vial. Why did you cast?
No, it's a
them?
port.
It is a port.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I was gonna say I'm surprised that he cast Mother Runes. Maybe he has another one in his hand. He was flipping his cards like that. Really good look.
Yeah.
A good C.
I mean, British imports by the sea. No.
I'm laughing.
Did he source the plowshare? Oh, he pathed. He pathed it. I think you're okay with it.
Path is interesting. I mean, I've seen that in some lists lately.
Yeah. Especially with you on a Delver list.
Yeah, with like those Delvers floating around. I don't know if I would bring them in against Death and Taxes though.
You see him in the sideboards mostly?
Yeah. As basically as swords 5 and 6 against like Delver, but against Death and Taxes is interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's not ideal, but I think it's better than
A creature.
dying to a Mother Runes. I guess. I don't know.
I guess.
Which Jeff did have the other Mother Runes. Okay, so that explains why you cast the one.
I mean, I don't know if it seems like giving the mirror match player more mana is actually kind of bad. But I mean,
Does Aether Vial just
Oh,
make that a moot point?
If you're pathing a Flicker Wisp though, I don't think you care. You know what I mean? Like I think that there's certain things that are worth pathing. Mother Runes probably worth pathing.
yeah, I mean that's fair. Like they're not wrong.
So
It's
now
definitely
Jeff
not wrong to
is
say that
just-
there's some powerful creatures.
Jeff is just so far ahead right now.
I can definitely agree that like late game it doesn't matter because at some point you're going to be playing Death and Taxes versus Death and Taxes and each of you have 6 lands and who cares? But like
Getting them to that 6 lands before you do.
yeah, I guess it just looks bad because it's right here and he kind of I think the advantage he was trying to leverage was having more mana, but
Well, we saw that Jeff missed a land drop, and that path actually gave Jeff the land that he needed to get kind of back in.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
So I guess maybe that was just the bad situation.
Did that get him back in? Because he still had the
I mean,
vials
yeah,
to
he
get
still
to
has the
basically where
vials.
he was at anyway.
yeah.
I guess.
But now
he
he can
digits.
activate Stoneforge.
Yeah. Do you activate Stoneforge or just cast it?
I don't see any reason to cast it.
Well, you could just Aether Vial or Revoker in right now, naming Stoneforge Mystic. Because I guess Jeff has the opportunity to respond with
Yeah.
the Aether Vial activation. Which is what I think would be the smart thing to do, but who knows. I don't play Death and Taxes, I just punching fire it.
I think that's what you do. If you ever see an activation on,
Out of Aether
Aether Vial,
Vial,
you
on
just
2,
go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, Wasteland and Path seems kind of play, especially, yeah. I mean, I guess the trade-off is that Jeff had the port, you know what I mean? And so that kind of puts... Jeff could tap down Matt's white sources, but at the same time, yeah, it's 6s. I don't know. Jeff is definitely pulling ahead of this game,
Yes,
for sure.
I think that's definitely safe to say.
Go fight Flicker Wisp off the recruiter. Value. So Stoneforge can activate and put a Jit into play, and then he can Flicker Wisp and get
Untap.
more things and kill Matt faster.
How many Flicker Wisps does he have? Just the one?
In his hand?
No,
Or
well, in the deck.
I think they run at least 2. I don't know. They run a lot.
I've seen some lists that only play one main, but
Matt did have more lands. You're right.
Flicker Wisp?
But he was a little land. It was before the Caracas, and Matt only had one white source at that point, which is why I was saying that might have been why he did it. What'd you say? They usually run like at least 3, don't they?
The list I'm looking at has 2.
Oh, that has an Orzhov Pontiff in it. That's not the.
That was
Yeah.
in the sideboard.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna look around somewhere.
I think they run 4 at least. Like 3 at the least, 4 definitely.
Yeah. This one has
So, like-
4. It
so,
looks like
like-
it's all over the field.
so here's my thought. I have not played Death and Taxes before, but here's my thought. Like, do you just try to go infinite off of just get all of your Flicker Wisps?
I think you do to get the value. I think you definitely would want to do that.
Oh, interesting.
It kind of makes you unbeatable if you do that.
Flickering the mom instead.
To ensure
I guess to
your
just
counters.
make sure that you could get through. I guess that makes sense, because then he can kill it
he
with
can just
Jete.
ditch it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. But man, the value play though.
I think the value play would have been just the. Oh yeah. Kill it. All right,
Yeah.
she's dead.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's probably a better play, but my inner LSV is sad.
If you ticked up your other Aether Vial to 3, you could do both.
That's true.
Do a
That's
little
true.
bit of an engine.
And actually, I think if I was going to go for that play, I probably would have ticked it up anyway, just so that I could try and get the Flicker Wisps faster.
Yeah, because Matt's not gonna be playing like Day of Judgment, Wrath of God, or anything. So
Well-
you can go as wide as you can. And
No,
don't
you
care.
could, so you still couldn't do it quite that fast, because the Flicker Wisp doesn't come back until the end of the turn.
Oh, you're right.
So not quite.
What if you flicker?
But wait, you could just Mother of Runes the Stoneforge Mystic. You have 2, like, who cares? Look, I'm just saying, I want to find every excuse possible for Jeff to have
get
gotten
more
as many
Flicker
Flicker
Wisps.
Wisps as possible.
I think I agree with your play. I think that was definitely the right thing to do.
What is that? Is that a Flicker Wisp?
Flicker Wisp, yeah.
I think what Jeff did was totally fine. I don't actually think there's anything wrong with that, and I think I was probably being greedy for the sake of being greedy. But, man, the premise of just a board full of 3/1 flyers seems very, very exciting.
He
Yeah.
gets his Vial for 3. Would you consider...
Oh, hey, it looks like Jeff might have another Flicker Wisp in his hand. Anyway.
Oh, hey, Matt, flicker
No,
the...
he doesn't.
No, yeah. He got his Vial on 3 flickered, and he still has his Vial for 2.
Oh, look, there's the Orzhov Pontiff on Jeff's side. You can just go grab the Pontiff.
Pontiff seems
get the
very,
Pontiff.
very good right now, yes.
Which he can't. I mean, he's Stoneforge Mysticking right now anyway. But
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I was thinking Imperial Recruiter.
if he had done the Flicker
I was...
Wisp on
Yeah,
the Recruiter,
dang it, yeah.
Christmas Wonderland.
I would pay 4 black for that.
I definitely agree with you, Champagne. I think Matt's in a really rough spot too. Unless he just has that miracle play of like Wrath of God, which you do see in some lists,
Terminus off the top.
like very, very, very few. Yeah, right.
Looking for a miracle.
Yeah, I can't think of any cards. Like, even his own Orzhov Pontiff would not even get half of his field. They would get, like, half-ish.
Matt's all.
Yeah,
Orzhov
I think the
Pontiff,
white
yeah.
deck will win.
Well, especially since. Nice. Even if he did, he's legit to pump some of those guys to keep them alive too.
It can only pump the guy, the Stoneforge.
Xandru.
No. Oh, you're right. It's pumped to quick.
Xandru. I don't know if he's playing any black lands, but the lists that I've seen with the Orzhov Pontiffs have just been banking on Aether Vial.
Yeah. I guess you can cavern for it. But is it Orzhov Pontiff? Isn't it?
Oh yeah,
a-
also Cavern. Also Cavern.
Oh. Cavern's clever.
I think it's.
Is it even a human?
I think it's it's spirit. Isn't it? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
I can bring it up.
Orzhov.
You missed the eye.
In Orzhov?
No.
Oh. Clicked on it. That was the thing I don't understand.
How many caverns? I would assume 4.
Yeah, Orzhov
Or
Pontiff is a
3.
human. It's a human cleric for
Oh,
3.
it's a human, yeah. So you can cast it off your cavern souls.
With Haunt.
It does have Haunt, yes.
Yeah, it's a human cleric.
Yeah, I played that in Birthing Pod back in the day.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Cataclysm, yes!
Yeah,
That'd be great.
I was hoping for a Cataclysm too, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Is that in the sideboard?
And they do run them in like one of those in some lists. Less so now that Miracles is not, running around. Although you could play topless Miracles.
It seems weird to play that
So-
against Miracles.
So I kind of want to name topless Miracles. I mean, the Unexpected Miracles is kind of cool, but like, I just want to name it Spring Break.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, I agree.
Can I just name it? Can I?
No,
just name it Spring Break?
100% agree.
We could name it Woo Girl.
you told me I was supposed to be PG, but I wanted to make jokes like that all
it's
day
still
long.
PG. It's still PG. Kind of, I guess. I still think they should name
Gideon
it.
seems also pretty good. I mean, that doesn't save him here, so obviously Cataclysm would be better. Something tells me that the player on the right is doing better.
Only by 2 life, though.
Only by 2 life. Yeah, that's it. It's a close game.
Wait. Oh, he's about to get back into play.
Oh, that Mother of Ruin is exiled. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's still though.
Hey, it's
like,
permataps. It's got path to
It's
exile.
permatapped. It's
It's hanging
we've
out.
got a Frost
Sleeper.
Titan going.
A what?
Or what's the one from Innistrad?
Dungeon
Dungeon
Geist.
Geist,
Dungeon
yeah.
Geist. Yeah.
So was Matt actually at 13? Did that just get adjusted?
Yeah, I think they've bumped it up. I'm not gonna lie, like it takes me a while to realize, like, oh yeah, I need to do dice when I'm on the stream. I needed, you know what I mean? Because I'm so used to just writing it down all the time. I think everybody's got the same deal. I really want to name it Spring Break now. Just do. I really do. I'll talk to Ray about that.
I'm surprised that Matt's
Tripping
even,
into Terminus. Can trip in Terminus.
like, how's Matt even still in this? Like, he's had like sporadic creatures facing down 15 permanents for.
I mean, yeah, Flicker was did
Is-
some amount of work and stuff like that. I think Jeff's just been doing the let's just make as many things as possible.
You think he's slow rolling it too much?
I think so.
There we go. We're finally
There we
seeing
go.
a really good attack here.
We got some wannabe Delvers now doing things. Just kidding. Actually, I feel like wannabe Delver is the wannabe Flicker list. Actually, they don't even do any of the same thing. There's 3 wannabe players.
They fly.
Don't
They have
listen
3
to
power.
me.
Delver is 3/2,
It's been a long. It should have been at 3-1, but then
so it could be gut shotted.
right. And with
Actually, that would have been really good for that standard format. I think.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the reason why they did it though was the lingering souls.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that was the problem.
Man,
I think. Like
that was my favorite ban, was the Innistrad block
Block.
Innistrad where they
Yeah.
banned. It wasn't Lingering Souls, right? They banned Midnight
intangible. They banned
And Intangible Virtue, yeah.
They did. They actually
Wow.
did ban. I think they did also ban lingering souls too. I thought.
I thought it was the instant one.
Did they just ban Midnight Haunting?
I thought that was anyway. I don't remember. Yeah. Okay. So that was Jeff 2-0 on Death and Taxes.
In the mirror. I was about to make a chemistry joke, but
I was about to make a Mirrodin
I was
joke.
gonna say those decks are definitely chiral. They're, yeah. Don't worry about
I'm
it.
too stupid for that.
They're like non-symmetrical.
Did you get my mirror joke?
What did you say? What did you say?
I said you'd called it a mirror, and I said I was gonna make a Mirrodin joke. 'cause it sounds like
mirrored in joke. Mirrored
I mean, there is Revokers
there
in
are
these decks.
There are and swords, which are from Mirrodin.
No. Oh, sword. I guess yeah.
No,
you're
not
sorry.
sword-
Those
not
swords.
plus,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
You're
swords.
right.
Are we doing 3 rounds or 4
Man,
rounds?
there's a
of
lot of
Legacy?
swords in that deck.
3
Why isn't that deck
rounds.
just called Swords?
Swords.deck?
Yeah.
That is a good question.
That's what, if I play this at a Grand Prix, that's what I'm gonna put on my list, is just Swords.deck.
Do it.
Death and Taxes seems evergreen in case they print something better than Swords to Plowshares, right? That's not gonna happen.
Just one cavern in Jeff's list. Why do you say that? Do we have Jeff's list?
Well,
Well, okay, so it could be based on what he's showing from his sideboard. We know from, you know what I mean?
I guess.
not
What
a
is it?
huge fan.
What is that? The,
That's the
destroy equipment?
Yeah, the unequip or whatever destroy equipment thing.
That seems. So I'll say this. I've seen some Death and Taxes bring that card in against me when I was playing Stoneblade, and it's kind of scary, but it's usually easy to work around.
yeah, you just remove whatever
In-
they hook up to it. Right?
In this matchup, I could see that being a lot better.
Yeah, I think in the Death and Taxes mirror, it's a lot better than bringing it against the Stoneblade or Deathblade
Yeah.
decks, right?
What is this card?
It's
Ikamasu or something like that? I am gonna butcher that name.
I don't even remember. Is it this one?
Oh, he went through his deck. That's why Xandro knew.
I think it's Onagata. I think that is an equipment, isn't it?
No, that's not it. That's a different one.
It's like Maki. Put in Maki. Nope.
Maki in Pajamas, yeah.
Nope, not Maki. It's an M-A-E. Oh my gosh, we have... Here, I'll just...
Oh, you have a sideboard?
No, I've got MTG Tracker though. Which is awesome if you guys haven't used it.
Oh, here we go. Somebody in chat helped us out.
Monriki. That's where I kept getting Maki from.
Yeah, so the equipped creature gets +1/+2, but it also you can tap to destroy target equipment.
Right. Which is sweet. Because
Wow.
I think it is a lot better in the Death and Taxes mirror than it is against Stoneblade.
Agreed.
I think it's just more versatile because it's good against this, anything with Jite, which is like most things with.
The problem is, like...
So I don't actually think that's true because so when I'm playing Deathblade and they play that equipment, I can usually just deal with their creatures effectively enough, or just not put my equipment out until it matters. Whereas in Death and Taxes, like your equipment is kind of a resource similar to your creatures that like you just kind of need them to stick around, and you're gonna always have creatures cluttering up the board. Death and Taxes can remove creatures effectively, but like all of their removal is in one color, so Mom is really hard. Whereas like Delver, like we could, I don't think like the Bryce's deck wasn't playing any Jites, but even if it was, like he could just play around that all day long, and they don't even care if their Jite dies. Like it sucks, but it's not like the end of the world. Like they have other threats. So
And when do you want to go find it? Because it's... You don't want to go... When they're like, okay, here's my Jit... Like, they're like, okay, Stoneforge, go grab Jite. You don't want to be the guy that's like, oh, okay, Stoneforge, go grab Monriki. Because now you're just way behind trying to get on top of that. You know what I mean? Who's on
Maybe you
Jite.
don't go find it.
Right, and that's what I'm saying, like, but it's... I don't
like
know,
it's
just
not
as good.
it's not bad. Like I think that it was fine decided against Stoneblade decks to try and deal with like Batterskulls and stuff. But I feel like usually it's just a lot worse than other equipment, and it's good in this matchup because you're playing an attrition battle and you're trying to like
Get ahead.
like if you can kill their equipment, that's gonna catch you up a lot. Similar to the just like the Ancient Grudge was so clutch in that game with Bryce.
Yeah.
Like this can do Ancient Grudge except 3 times
Yeah.
if you do it right.
Yeah, and depending on how much mana you have, you can equip it to a different creature to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you can
And just rapid fire it.
Yeah, like machine gun down their artifacts. I mean, yeah, it's
It's not a bad card at all. It's just I think it's more niche than it seems on the surface.
yeah, I agree. Every time I've seen it against Stoneblade decks, they always are like, "Oh, I'll just brainstorm away my equipment until I find an answer for it," or something like that. Usually, or they just like, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It ends up not mattering at all. Like, okay, you have a Monriki, that's cool, you know.
It hadn't occurred to me until just now, but it seems like Jite got a whole heck of a lot better when the legend rule changed.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I never played with Jite until after that, so I never even like considered having to play around other people having Jites.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, like matchups like this, man, that would be really weird, and I could actually see like citing out Jite against a Death and Taxes mirror, which.
But wouldn't you want to keep it in for their Jite though?
Yeah, it's like a Jite Doomblade that just kills theirs.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's true. Like if they don't have Jite, then you have a Jite, which is really good, and if they have a Jite, then you just kill their Jite, which is also really good.
It's like the Geist Seat Trapped argument during their originals industry.
It might turn into maybe
But
I want 2 Jites after board, so that I can kill
Yeah, and
his.
there were a lot more Jittes in. I think a lot of decks did play 2 Jittes actually.
I've heard
Yeah.
of people playing Baby Jace back in the day so that they could have a 3-mana.
Oh no,
destroy
that was
Jace.
totally a
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
that was
yeah,
totally
yeah.
a thing. I mean, granted, 3-drop Jace was actually pretty good.
Right.
Like it wasn't Jace the Mind Sculptor good, but it was pretty good by itself. But yeah, like that was totally a thing that people would play. Like they would play their 4 Jace the Mind Sculptor, and then they'd also play 2 of the 3-drop Jaces just so that they could try and.
Because you could just like Baby Jace, down tick, I draw a card, okay, go, and then they're like, I can't play my GT mess now. Like they're on like the 4 mana,
Yeah.
and that's what their
Yeah.
plan was. Like, all right.
Or you're in like the late game and they've got a JTMS that you don't have an answer for, and then you just stick a Baby Jace and they're like, "Welp," and then you play your Jace and they're like, "Welp."
And Jace Storm off to the races.
Like, if I was asked if I would do that, it seems a little bit too next level, but it's just all of those cards are good and they did good things. So
Yeah.
it seems like a strange reason to have it in your deck, though, and I'm glad that they changed that rule.
So yeah, with that ruling though, so if I have a Stoneforge Mystic out with a Jitte, and let's say the Jitte has 2 counters on it, or it doesn't matter if I have a Stoneforge Mystic. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I have an Umezawa Jitte with 2 counters on it.
Yeah.
My opponent has a Stoneforge Mystic, and he activates it and puts a Jitte into play. I can't react.
You can't.
Right?
You
it
can't.
just Jitte comes into play and they just immediately die.
Well,
It's-
assuming in the old Legend rule, yeah.
I mean, I can respond to him
Activating.
him or her
Yeah,
activating.
it'd be just like
Stoneforge
it would
Mystic.
just be like Aether Vial. Like you'd have to mind games the Aether Vial.
Jeez.
Except that you would know because they Stoneforge to get the Jitte, so like you know they have the Jitte.
Well,
in
unless they're
hand.
like next level, you can get Batter Skull.
Get Better Skull, yeah, sure.
And then you have to wonder if they already have it in their hand. It's like, why didn't he go get Jitte?
And honestly, like 9 times out of 10, you are not gonna think that because every time somebody goes and so like I feel like every single time I play Stoneblade and I do my Stoneforge, I go fetch up like a Jitte, and I have a Batter Skull in hand. I feel like every single time the person gets tricked. Like I go search up the Jitte and they're like, it's just a Jitte. That's not gonna do anything right now. And then they let my Stoneforge stick and I activate it and I get a Batter Skull and they're like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Then again, though, any player playing in that situation would just use the Jitte to kill the Stoneforge Mystic anyway. So we wouldn't have any counters, obviously, in my scenario.
That's true.
But hypothetically speaking, you're right. And like I don't know, like playing whenever me personally, I don't feel like I get tricked that much, like with it personally. But I always assume that they have the
Just
worst
always
case.
assume that they have a Batter Skull, yeah.
Although you did get me pretty good at the GPT with the Batter Skull. You got me pretty good. I swung in and you're like Batter Skull. I was like, oh, because you went and like that was just
I don't remember.
That got me.
I don't remember the play exactly.
I don't remember either. It was before top 8.
Yeah, it was. I remember that because I was rooting that you were on the opposite side of the bracket as me.
Yeah. Which I even played against Slivers, and Jake just killed me with those Slivers. I did mulligan to 4 and then mulligan to 5 though, game 2 and game 3. So
It seems really hard for punishing John.
It's
They're
really
quickly
hard.
3/3s.
oh yeah. And I just got mana hosed, and he got crystalline sliver. It was good. It was fine. Like it's all good. Actually, it turns out I'm not even able to go to Vegas anyway, so and I guess he's going,
That's
which
too bad.
is good for him. So yeah, it all works out.
That was one of my predictions when Top Got banned. Was the big
Predict.
slap you.
Keep going.
The best Wrath deck in the format got thrown out, and so like there would be a whole bunch of aggro decks.
Yeah.
And Legacy does take longer than other formats to change and adjust.
does, yeah.
And we haven't seen like a Pro Tour yet, right? With
Well,
Legacy.
there's
but-
no gonna be a Pro Tour,
Yeah, there's not.
but
we're just.
Well,
I'm
the
just
next
saying.
GP, the next GP. So
the
yeah,
next
we haven't seen
GP will
Vegas.
be Vegas.
Yeah.
And then I think people will start emulating
And
whatever.
then
the
everybody's
pros
gonna
were
play
predicting.
Grixis Delver, and that's it. The whole format.
Yeah,
Totally.
that might be it.
Well, looks like that's all we're doing for tonight. It's just 3 rounds. Thanks for sticking around and hanging out with us. If you guys like Legacy, we do Legacy every Friday night at 7:30 Mountain Standard Time. We also do Legacy at 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time on Tuesdays, and Brian and Bryce usually cast up that one. Do you guys have anything else you guys want to add?
No.
Oh, actually, one other thing. On Wednesday nights, they are doing judge classes here. So if you're interested in learning the rules or potentially even becoming a judge, you don't have to become a judge. There's no obligation. But if that's something that interests you, that's going on. I believe it starts at 6:30 on Wednesdays. Show up at 6 just in case I'm lying.
Awesome. And those, I haven't seen those yet, but they've gotten a lot of positive feedback
Yeah.
from it.
Also, if you can't make it in person, we are streaming those on Twitch as well.
Right. And they are being posted on YouTube too. So for those of you who haven't checked out our YouTube page, go do that. We'll post everything that we are streaming from this point on out onto Facebook and YouTube. So check that stuff out. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys. Have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Goodbye.